gave him a peanut butter sandwich, which he aspirated into his lungs and died. Now, the girl that did that was having an affair with the lieutenant that was on duty that same day. So the lieutenant tried to get people to change their paperwork, and, I was fired during this. However, I know what happened. Hello?
Hey, this is Chille from Delete Logs. How are you?
Good, how are you? I can recognize the voice.
Slowly but surely. I got a real bad cold right now.
Yeah, actually, I do too, actually.
All my calls are recorded. I may or may not air this, up to you. If you want to air it, we can. If you don't want to, we may not have to. But let's see what's going on with you. Are you in?
No, I'm in full suburb of well, it's county, yes.
So how long were you a deputy sheriff for?
15 years.
Wow. And you lost your job in 2020?
Yes, I did. I got, it's all bullshit. They really never liked me. So I worked in the jail for the first probably 10 years, and then I went into the court system, but as a sheriff deputy, peace officer, as you would say too. They think they're police officers, and they attempt all that shit all the time. I wouldn't play their game with the way they treated inmates and stuff. They used to get against me because they would want to know why I worked on a shift and I had no problems. And then the midnight shift would come in and people would flood and throw shit around. And the day shift, nobody could control them. But when I came on, it was perfect, and they thought I was giving them, extra things and stuff. So I used to always get questioned for being a good deputy. I used to always get questioned of what I'm doing to be good. You know what I'm saying? And I never did anything wrong, but just listen to them, kind of like any person. You listen to them at first, and you feel who they are, and then you go from there. But they didn't like me, so they started supposedly following me around, and then they got anonymous tips that I was bringing drugs to the holding center, and they never ever came to me in the jail and questioned me, which they would do. I was there for 15 years. If somebody was bringing stuff in, you get caught in the jail or it never sticks. You know what I mean? You have to have it in the jail. So they never even questioned me in the jail. They started following me outside the jail. And then they pulled me over on the last day of their fake warrant that they strummed up and had a judge sign. They had one day left on the warrant, and I was leaving a friend's house, which is a suburb, and they followed me with undercover, and they pulled me over. Didn't tell me what was going on. They told me on camera that I was being arrested for abusing a female, and she's pressing charges on me. And I said, that's obviously not true. And I said, I'm not going anywhere until you bring her here. I said, why are you arresting me? And for that, I didn't bring her here and have her identify me. And, they threw me in the back of the fucking Ford Explorer. I'm 270 pounds with cuffs behind my back and just treated me like shit. And what I got fired for was I had marijuana in my car, and it was legal at the time too. And I was 3 grams. And it was no big deal. And in my wallet was a bump of cocaine. It didn't weigh anything. It was a baggie. And I took blame for that, just like anybody that's ever been in trouble at the sheriff's department, usually alcohol or pills. And, I stood up for the fact that I had that. And I went to, the rehab, and I did all the stuff I wanted to do. And they kept me out of work for 2 years without pay, and then they fired me after the court.
Well, hold on. You're skipping a lot of steps here. So I kind of got the nuts and bolts of it. So then you did the diversion for 2 years or whatever.
Yep.
And then they fired you after that. Okay. And were you working during that 2 years for the sheriffs?
No, they kept me out without pay, suspended without pay. So I couldn't get another job, and I couldn't work for them.
So help me understand this. So you sign up to be a sheriff 15 years ago. And how do you end up in the jail? Did you sign up to be a cop, or did you sign up to work in the jail?
In county, we have road patrol, and we have deputy sheriffs in the jail. And then we have corrections officers in the jail also. So the deputy sheriffs had to have police status so that they could handle unarraigned inmates. Someone that's not guilty or innocent yet is always innocent until guilty. So we had to be a police officer to handle those people in the jail, because we are. So go ahead.
And that means you get your peace officer's license, right?
Yes, which they took from they fired me.
You went to peace officer standards and training, or is it called something else up there?
That's what it is here too, through the academy for the sheriffs.
All right. So then you know that you're going to be working in a jail, or was that where your aspiration was when you signed up?
You can pick the road. The only difference between the road patrol is they learn more penal law and vehicle and traffic law, where we didn't have to do that because we didn't work in the jail, or we didn't work on the road. We can transport them in police cars, but we can't pull people over and, arrest them for speeding or, whatever the shit they try to do anyway.
And what was your motivation to sign up to work in the jail?
I wanted to be somewhat in the police officer industry, but I didn't want to have to go out and arrest people and be a hypocrite if it was for drinking and driving and stupid stuff that every single person in the world has made a mistake and done before, I'm sure. And I didn't want to do that, so I figured this way I didn't arrest you. I just got to make sure you don't get hurt and you don't kill anybody in the jail, and that you get what you deserve in the jail. And I was still doing my part, but I didn't. Go ahead.
Well, this goes back to, it's 2024 now, this goes back to 2011. So you sign up to work in the jail in 2011.
No, 2007. 2007.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So you've been fired for a little while. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't go through the firing and the penalty phase. I was just counting your years working. So you signed up in 2007. And what was the name of the jail you started in 2007?
The County Holding Center.
And after the first year, how'd you stay? How do you stay there after 1 year?
There's no, every other state is different. You don't just work in the jail for a year and then go on the road. You are a jail deputy and you stay there 30 years.
Okay. So, but no, what I'm saying to you is, though, is after your first year, you said you didn't really fit in with the other guys working there. I mean, what do you see that first year, that second year? I mean, I call it a dungeon because I've been to jail in 5 or 6 different states. Don't you? How do you square staying inside of there when you're seeing what you're seeing?
Because I feel I'm just a different person. Like, I feel if I can help one fucking person during my, I don't care if it's 30 years, and maybe just, help somebody that needs some help, give them my ear, give them some advice, which I have done, and I have seen inmates outside of work that thank me very much. You know what I mean? So it was kind of, that part takes, the gratitude of that takes over all the stupid shit, because I didn't get myself involved in that stupid shit as long as, you know what I mean, they would try to get me involved, but I used to always say, I write on my report what I saw, not what I'm told to write by anybody else. So if you'd like me to fill out a report, let's do it. If you'd like me to walk away, I walk away.
I see. And I'm sure you saw all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
And the guards are the ones bringing the drugs in. It's not the inmates, it's the guards.
Unfortunately, yeah. Little of the inmates, a lot of the guards. Yeah.
90 guards. 10% inmates, because they just can't get the quantity in that the guards can get in to make a.
Right. And through the years I've worked there, people have been fired for bringing stuff in, and every one of them that has been fired, there might be 3, 4, maybe even more, because you throw sex with inmates in there, and you lost a few more deputies through my career too.
The male and female jail?
Yes. Yes.
Co-ed jail? Okay.
Yes. And male, female officers also. But during the years that everybody that's been fired for bringing stuff in the jail, they come into the jail and catch them doing it in the jail or set it up where they're the ones giving them the package to bring into the jail. With me, none of that happened because I wasn't doing it. They couldn't do it that way.
But I do understand that, so I get it. So you were the nice guard that people would be like, hey, he might help you.
Yeah, deputy chief. But yeah, they always call us by our name.
Yeah, get deputy.
Right. I'm not asking you to call me that. I'm just saying what they call me that. I'm not. I don't get let that get to my head.
just so I can understand exactly. But you're seeing it. You know which guards are bringing in drugs. You know which guards.
I never. I can honestly say, and I'm not covering up for anybody. That aspect, no, I really never did see. You hear and you feel and you observe, but I never could actually say, because I guess whistleblowing is a huge thing with police. They don't do that. They're trained not to do that. You know that.
Right. That's
However, if somebody's bringing shit into a jail that could kill me or something, I would. I'd be like, that's it. I'm out of here,
Sure, if they're bringing in a gun.
Right.
Then that gun could kill you. But I'm talking about, and by the way, I've talked to dozens of cops and deputy guards, and I've talked to so many people about these stories. So I'm just reiterating what I've heard dozens of times from others. I just wondered how much you saw it, how prevalent it was. If you read the commissions that I've read, you read that violence is just a brand of being a deputy in a jail. It's just a regular brand. It's just an everyday brand. There's some sort of violence done every day to inmates. So I just don't know how far that went where you were. Was it killed in there? Or was it just some, guy got out of line and he had to get beat down a little bit?
There's a little bit of everything that has happened in that jail. And a lot of it is we were one of the worst rated jails in the state for suicides in our jail, unexplained deaths in our jail during the regime that hired me, the sheriff that was in. There's a new sheriff since I've been fired, but
we're going to get there, but hold on.
Okay.
Chronological order here.
All right.
I want to be able to understand your story. Because I want to be able to empathize with you, to be able to be on your side.
Right.
I know it happened, but I wasn't a part of it. And that's what I'm trying to get to, so that if people hear your story, they can say, well, there's out of 100 dentists, there's going to be 2 that stick their dick in women's mouth when they go to sleep. So you can't control everybody and everything. You can't control everybody and everything, but how much was the abuse, and how much was the sexual assault? How much was the drug dealing? Just so you know, no one's going to hear your name. No one's going to hear the state you're in. That's not how you get progress. You get progress by blanking out the names, the dates, the locations, so that people will feel comfortable coming and telling you the truth. Because I don't want to. I'm not trying to go after the guys you used to work with. I'm trying to get your story.
Right. And the reason why I'm treading like I am treading is because
I can hear it, brother. I can hear it.
Yeah, I'm a straight shooter, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you about anything.
You're holding back though.
Right, I have to because
you know these stories I've heard.
Yeah, I have a civil case with them that's open, and I will tell you the truth. The drugs really wasn't a huge part of our jail. Was it in there? 100%. I've never, and I'm not holding back on this. I'll tell you anything. I've heard about accidental murders and shit. Like I'll tell you shit like that. I'm not lying about the drugs. It wasn't a huge deal.
What do you mean an accidental murder? An accidental murder is like when someone's just getting beaten, they get beat too bad?
No. An inmate that was in our custody that was sick, and he was telling the guards he's got this and that, and he's got diabetes, and they were not letting him out, not giving him the needs that he needed. And then when he went into his diabetic coma, one of the nurses gave him a peanut butter sandwich, which he aspirated into his lungs and died. Now, I don't know if that's a wives' tale. I mean, the peanut butter and maybe the jelly would give him a little bit of kick, but you give him bread, the guy's having a seizure in a diabetic coma, going into a coma, feed him bread, and and the thing of it is the girl that did that was having an affair with the lieutenant that was on duty that same day. So the lieutenant tried to get people to change their paperwork, and I was fired during this. However, I know what happened. I mean, I just believe me. It's the paperwork went around. One sergeant stood up for himself and said, "I'm not writing that on the paper. That's not what happened," because he was trying to cover the girl that he was sleeping with, while he was married, and she, in turn, killed somebody. And I do believe The coroner reported it a homicide because of the sandwich aspirating into the lungs, but nothing ever fucking happens over there. It's so corrupt. I mean, nothing happens. You can go. I put that in my civil lawsuit, and nothing's even happened yet.
So how many? So first year, second year, third year. In those first few years, how many people do you know of who die in the jail? And you think to yourself, they wouldn't have had to die had we just got them the care they needed, or had they just got their shot, or they just got their medication, or if you just let them get some water.
There that is. Welcome everybody to another rendition of Delete Laws. Thank you guys so much for coming. Sorry, I had to just rush in here as quick as I can. Give me a 5x5 if you guys can hear me all right. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Give me a 5x5 and let me know. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. Everybody do me a favor and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Take your finger just real quick and push that like button. It's right down there at the bottom of the screen. And then if you would, type down in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's what happens. We got to overturn Terry versus Ohio. If we're going to make any difference at all, we first have to change this idea that one man can be suspicious of another man, or that an officer being safe is more important than your constitutional rights. And that's really what we're dealing with here. Bad chicken. So be it. So be it. Who's in the room? Kevin Gordon is here. Ryut is here. Sorry about that. My microphone's stuck on stupid here. I can't get it to do what I want. Maybe that'll do it. Can't get it to do what I want. No big deal. We shall proceed. So this came across my desk today. I saw this today and I wanted to share this with you guys. And I will pause it and we will have a little bit of a discussion about it. So this is where police fired him for shooting the wrong guy during a police chase. And now, of course, he's working for the East Lake Police Department. And guess where? Ohio. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Ohio is the biggest police state in America. Do you think Ohio is the biggest police state in America? I would say yes. I would say that Ohio is the biggest police state in America. And it's unbelievably bad. Dave Hall, what is going on? Dave Hall, I will shoot you a buzz as soon as we get off this live stream. Jody, did you get your hoodie? Did you get your hoodie? I hope you got your hoodie. You should have by now for sure. I want to make sure that you got that hoodie. All right, let's jump into this video.
It was a frantic foot chase captured on body camera.
Go! 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 Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands right now!
This never-before-seen body camera shows the moment Officer Nicholas Zenz fires a single shot, hitting Tyree Davis.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Davis was standing behind the suspect, who was the target.
He's hit! He's hit! Shot! Oh, me! Huh? Me! That was me! He turned around and went like this. He turned around and went like this. Oh, Jesus.
You opened the door and then you were shot.
Correct. I was shot in the abdomen, went into my stomach and came my left hip.
Davis says it took him a year and a half to get that video. NPD tells 12 News they have yet to release anything to the public because of ongoing civil lawsuits with this case.
For me, it's a thing of accountability and transparency.
NPD also never released the officer's name or announced his firing earlier this year. According to this Fire and Police Commission decision, Chief Alfonso Morales said Zenz, quote, failed to meet deadly force requirement of target isolation, which means, quote, you can shoot at your target without danger of harming innocent people. Commissioners approved a 20-day unpaid suspension and discharge from the department. Zenz apologized at his disciplinary appeal trial in 2020.
Cannot express enough my apologies to Mr. Davis. I hope he can forgive me. This city deserves the best officers and ones that genuinely want to help. Please let me help again.
Zenz was also never criminally charged. 12 News obtained this letter from the district attorney's office saying the officer, quote, did not act unreasonably under the circumstances, adding Zenz thought the suspect was armed and going to fire at him, which is heard on the body camera.
He turned around and went like this. He turned around and went like this.
A firearm was never found on the man.
An officer discharged his weapon into my home. You know what I mean? My children were behind me, as you see in the video. It's there. It's evident. It's like, it's just reckless.
In Milwaukee, Hillary Mintz, WISN 12 News. Davis was standing behind the suspect, who was the target.
He's hit. He's hit. Shot. Oh, me. Me. That was me.
So what's the most important part of this whole video? The most important part of this whole video, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to pause it right here in a second, and we're going to talk about it.
He turned around and went like this. He turned around and went like this. Oh, Jesus.
Read the bottom here. Cop fired for shooting wrong man. New body cam video from 2019. This is 2024.
You opened the door and then you were shot.
Correct. I was shot in the abdomen, went into my stomach and came my left hip.
Davis says it took him a year and a half to get that video. NPD tells 12 News they have yet to release anything to the public because of ongoing civil lawsuits with this case.
For me, it's a thing of accountability and transparency.
NPD also never released the officer's name or announced his firing earlier this year.
So we don't get to know anything. We've created an autonomous organization that doesn't have to answer to the people, doesn't give any information. We have to create a third-party agency for the warrant department. We have to create a third-party agency for the body cam and the dash cam. We have to create a third-party agency for discipline.
According to this Fire and Police Commission decision, Chief Alfonso Morales said Zenz, quote, failed to meet deadly force requirement of target isolation, which means, quote, you can shoot at your target without danger of harming innocent people. Commissioners approved a 20-day unpaid suspension and discharge from the department. Zenz apologized at his disciplinary appeal trial in 2020.
Cannot express enough my apologies to Mr. Davis. I hope he can forgive me. This city deserves the best officers and ones that genuinely want to help. Please let me help again.
Zenz was also never.
Do you think he wants to help, or do you think he wants a $10,000 a month paycheck? Number one, if you think he wants the $10,000 a month paycheck. Number two, if he's full of shit, that he doesn't want to help anybody.
Criminally charged. 12 News obtained this letter from the district attorney's office saying the officer, quote, did not act unreasonably under the circumstances, adding Zenz thought the suspect was armed and going to fire at him, which is heard on the body camera.
He turned around and went like this. He turned around and went like this.
A firearm was never found on the man.
An officer discharged his weapon into my home. You know what I mean? My children were behind me, as you see in the video. It's there. It's evident. It's like, it's just reckless.
In Milwaukee, Hillary Mintz, WISN.
It's going to keep going 1 second.
Stop!
Here's the body cam footage.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands right now! Let me see it! Let me see your hands! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots your hands right now! Let me see it!
So he just shoots a guy in his house.
South! South! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands right now! Let me see it!
Oh, put it in the chat. Scared JBTP. Scared JBTP. What a scared little copper. He was so scared. You shouldn't be a copper. I'm glad you got fired. You should be brought up on charges of attempted murder, you jackboot thug pig.
Let me see your hands! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
He's losing his shots fired, shots fired. You can tell that he's terrified. Listen to all the people screaming. You shot a guy who did nothing. And now, of course, after you shot him, instead of doing a standard of care protocol, instead of any kind of standard of care, look at what they're doing. All they're concerned about is flipping that man over, flipping that black man over, and putting him in torture cuffs. That's what you're looking at. That's what you're seeing. As quick as you can, lock him up, put him in torture cuffs. You just shot him. You figure the first thing you want to do is put on one of those murder gloves and stick the finger in the hole of the bullet wound that you caused. You shot him. The standard of care is none. The standard of care is zero. The standard of care is as soon as your dead body's laying there, cuff you up so you can for sure bleed out. If you're not dead yet, you will be soon. How many people are putting fingers in the bullet holes? Zero. If they had shot this man in an area where he could have quickly bled out, we'd be talking about a dead man instead of a guy who's now suing that jackboot thug pig. Come to find out, he got himself fired anyway, didn't he? Unbelievable. Now they're sticking their knee in his back.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared, John. Yeah, coach. Hey, no. Who's shot? He's hit. He's hit. Who shot? Oh, me. Huh? Me. That was me. He turned around and went like this. He turned around and went like this.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You see, he needs approval from the other gang members.
Oh, me. Huh? Me. That was me.
And then the cop says, you're okay. The pig who's supposed to be the supervisor comes in and says, you're okay. What are you talking about? The other guy shot. Of course he's okay.
He turned around and went like this. He turned around and went like this.
No, he didn't. Put a 1 in the chat if that's a lying pig. Put a 1 in the chat if that pig is lying.
Oh, Jesus.
A Milwaukee police officer fired for shooting the wrong man.
Let me see your hands right now. Shot fired! Shot fired!
I want this officer fired.
Now he's back in law enforcement.
Those things should disqualify you from becoming a police officer.
12 News investigates how an officer can be fired for shooting the wrong person and rehired somewhere else. The process missing for Wisconsin police compared to other professions.
Okay, so that's called reciprocity. If you guys are unfamiliar, there's no such thing as law enforcers in America. That's a made-up term. There's not a single law enforcement officer in America. They all went to peace officer standards and training. No such thing as a law enforcer. Now, what happens is they go to peace officer standards and training and they graduate, which is just a fluff BS, they're fluffing each other. And then when they graduate from peace officer standards and training, they magically become a law enforcer and they get the skull and crossbones with the blue stripe going down it. What's that? What's the name of that guy called? And so now take a look at the jackboot thug pig. Look at one jackboot thug pig taking care of another jackboot thug pig, and neither one of them were shot. When I'm governor, there's going to be a standard of care put in that when someone gets in a car accident, even if they're running, you don't run over and grab them and start jerking them around because he could have a back injury. Standard of care is your health care. And instead of the jackboot thug pigs actually taking care of us, what they are doing is they're killing us in the streets. They're shooting us in the streets, electrocuting us, beating us with sticks, fists, jumping on top of us and gang beating us. 3, 4 cops, 5 cops, and a pigtail hold you down as another cop throws uppercuts to your face. The other cop's pushing your head down on the ground, and the other cop is throwing uppercuts into your face. Earning the hate. Put it in the chat. Earning the hate. Each and every one of them have earned the hate. And now, of course, when he gets fired from this police department, where does he go? Ohio! He goes to Ohio. And why is that? Because they'll take any jackboot thug pig in Ohio. Oh, you sicked a dog on somebody? Come to Ohio. Oh, you tased a man in the chest and he had a heart attack and died? Come to Ohio. Oh, you used to work in Colorado at Aurora, or you worked in Minnesota? Come on over to Ohio. We love the jackboot thug pigs in Ohio. It's just unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. This is a short video right here that we're going to see next. This is a short video, and this is called Spray and Pray. Let me try to zoom in the best I can here. Cop has PTSD-like reaction to an imaginary gunshot. Fires into police car with a handcuffed man inside. If I read this to you and you didn't see the video, you wouldn't believe me. I tell people all the time, you don't know they're jackboot thug pigs because it hasn't happened to you just yet. It only has to happen to you one time, and then you'll believe me. You'll become a disciple. Who's Team DLZ? Put a 1 in the chat if you're Team DLZ all the way, because you know the truth. You know these jackboot thug pigs are out of control because there's no third party. There's no third party for checks and balances, for warrants, no third party for body cam footage, no third party for disciplinary action. There's no third party for insurance to see if you can get insurance to be a pig because you've assaulted and battered so many people. If an insurance company was in between them, the Fraternal Order of Police wouldn't be the ones who decide if that pig stays on task or not, stays under contract with the city, the state, the borough, the district. And that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the jackboot thug pig organization. That's what we're dealing with. Let me take the mute off this bad chicken here. Anything going on? Nothing.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know. Oh, I'm hit! What?
Somebody disarm that man quickly.
In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Did you just see that? I mean, I gotta wrap my head around what I just saw. Let's watch it again. Okay. He just trips out. Maybe, just maybe, if the term and the facts of 23 a day, where 23 young military men who come home from killing and murdering people overseas, or they see killing and murdering overseas, maybe 23 a day that come back are knocking themselves off. Maybe it's not such a good idea. Maybe it's not such a good idea that we bring them on to be little piggies. Maybe that's a good idea. What do you think? Put a 1 in the chat if we should not hire military to be pigs. Maybe the cops shouldn't be militarized. I'll tell you what, when I'm governor, I will strip away all that military gear. It'll be gone. Day 1, executive order, all military gear will be sold, and the proceeds will go to the needy and to the hungry and people who need, and we will build true small houses where you don't got to go home, but you can't sleep here on the street. We built you a small house. Where's your address? Oh, it's on a barcode. Okay, scan the barcode. Oh, that's where your house is. I feel for homeless people. We need to build tiny houses just outside of town. You can't assimilate homeless drug addicts into the city and move them into apartment buildings. Say, oh, this is for the homeless. No, it's not. No, it's not. Until they're sober and off drugs, they have a small house with their own bathroom, the whole thing. We're going to sell every bit of the military gear, every single bit of it. We're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when I run for governor and I win as an independent, we will sell every single bit of military gear in the state of which I'm governor. Every bit of it will be sold. I'll disband most SWAT teams to be disbanded. We don't need them. We don't need them. I will end no-knock raids entirely. There will be a warrant office that you have to put your warrant through. Hey, you guys still have the power. Your city contracts still go with us, but you now have a new office that goes through the executive. I'm telling you, one governor in one state could change everything, and all the other citizens in all the other states would see that governor's new legislation, new executive orders, and the other governors would say, man, I look like I got egg all over my face. I look like I got egg all over my face. Let's check it out. Let's watch him again. Let's watch him just pretend as though, okay. So he's walking up to the car. He gets a flashback from Fallujah. Okay, so he passes the car. Maybe he sees his own reflection like a scaredy cat. There it is. He saw his own reflection right there.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Wait, okay, now let me show you something that's important that wasn't pointed out before. Do you see right down here? Can you guys see my cursor? Those are houses and apartment buildings right down there. That bullet easily goes through the window, throughout the other window, and then where does it go? Into those houses or apartments down there.
Oh, I'm hit.
I'm hit.
What? I'm in the car. I was shot through the car. Oh.
Lies. Let's see if we can figure out where this is here. Even more wild than the two pigs emptying into the apartment. We saw that yesterday. I don't know. I can't compare it like that. The apartment was insane. Almost sounds like he's on something. Even the bootlickers that comment on police activity are like, this is weird. Where was this though? Let me see a link. Typically when in Reddit, you'll have somebody that has a link here. There'll be somebody that has a link. Come on, enough stories. Give me a link. Show me where this piggy. God bless America. It's not there. It's not there. Dang it. We've already seen it twice. I'm good on this. I'm good on watching a pig lose his freaking mind, start shooting at a car, and then says that he's hit by a bullet. Anybody see a bullet fly? I never saw a bullet fly. I never saw a bullet fly. I never saw that. I never saw it. Never saw a bullet fly. Not once ever. I mean, is he working as a pig still? Is he working as a pig? Was it Florida? Is that where it was, Bruce? What's going on, Team DLZ? Do me a favor, put it in the comment section. OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Now, listen, my personality straddles the lines of conservatives and liberals. I call myself a conservative liberal, a liberal conservative, in the classical terms of being liberal, where free speech still mattered. And so, I don't know, are any of you guys Second Amendment people? Put a 1 in the chat, put a 2 in the chat if you're for the Second Amendment. I'm all for it. Let me put a 2 in the chat for my Second Amendment right here. I'm going to put another 2 because I'm all about the Second Amendment. I'm going to put another 2 in the chat, put another 2 in the chat, put another 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat. Okay. So the other day we heard about that fraud, Joel Osteen. He's got a nice smile, though, when he talks with a Southern accent, and he talks so smooth and nice. Now, of course, when there was Hurricane Katrina down there, he would not open his doors, not because he got new carpet put in the church where he makes $25 million a month, but two. Second Amendment all the way. Without the Second Amendment, we don't have the First Amendment. Without the Second Amendment, we don't have the Fourth Amendment. We don't have it now. We should be forming constitutional cities pretty soon. Pretty soon, constitutional cities will start to be formed. Pretty soon. It'll happen because this government's going to get worse and worse, and we'll have to fight for our rights. Guarantee it. So the other day, Joel Osteen right here, now apparently the tiny bit of information I have, I don't have a lot of information. So apparently, someone went into the church with a 5-year-old kid and they started shooting. Now, what happened? What happened was a couple dudes stepped up with guns and they killed that person and they shot the 5-year-old child. The 5-year-old, last I heard, was in critical condition. That's interesting. That is interesting. What did you say? Third Amendment. No quarter for illegal immigrants, an invading army. That is interesting. Well, no quartering in your home. And by the way, that's without notification. So the Third Amendment's got some real holes in it. I did hear about that. I did hear about that. What's going on, Captain Blake Beard? What's going on, Jackie? How are you? Bruce? Do I got Chevy in here? Where's Chevy? What's going on, Chevy? Where you at? Do I see him? Cope dog, you dog. Northeast Colorado cop lock. What's going on, everybody? So let's watch this video. remember that this was only stopped by a good guy with a gun. Wow.
Hey, para acá, para acá, para acá. Para allá, vámonos para allá, vámonos para allá.
Well, I didn't get to see the shooting. Was it here?
Para allá, vámonos para allá, vámonos para allá.
Oof. Oof. I didn't see it. Oh man, that video of those two piggies is going viral. I mean, just going viral. Okay. So let's check out this video. This video is of a man who knows how to hold his rights, and he's going to sit on his rights. Let me pause this real quick here. Sorry about that. Just getting into the swing of it. What is going on? Okay. Today's special. Today's special. And this is going to be now here's the thing. Okay. You guys know I've been giving away thousands of cop cards. I'm still going to give you a cop card if you get a trifold. The $20 one, not the $9 one, because this is the one I shipped to you. If you go to my website, Delete Laws, and you get a Fifth Amendment trifold, I'll give you a set of cop cards, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I need to see a copy of your laminated driver's license, insurance, and registration. I need to see this. I'm giving you a cop card for free with your order of the Fifth Amendment trifold that's got a dozen different case laws in it. But I need to see a copy of your license, registration, proof of insurance, all laminated up and put together. Now, of course, you can cover off, you can put a piece of tape over your information on your license, but I need to see, I'm giving you the cop card for free. You're paying $20 for this, which means you can afford the $3 to go down to Office Max or FedEx Kinko's, and I need to see a picture of it. I need you to email me in a picture of your license, registration, and proof of insurance, your current registration. And of course, yeah, William said it. The hoodie special is still on. If you get a hoodie from me, you also get a cop card and a trifold in that hoodie. Now, I've only been doing that for the last 20 hoodies or so. So you'll get a cop card and you'll get a trifold in your hoodie. That is still a deal. That is still the deal. And to my friends J and S up in Ohio, shipping you guys out, each of you, a hoodie, a trifold, and a cop card. To my friend Andy, your double XL hoodie ships today. Matter of fact, JB is about to go ship those in the next 30 minutes here. So Andy, J and S, you guys got your hoodies coming in the mail. You got your hoodie. And this is the hoodie right here. The We Don't Stop hoodie right there. You're looking at it. You are looking at it. We don't stop. Oh, I'm so sorry. I happen to have a Robert Kennedy Jr. pin on because that's the man I'm voting for president, because I can't vote for the cop sucker Trump, and I would never vote for a man who is dead. Rest in peace, Joe Biden. Your brain has gone. You have left you. Can everybody have a moment of silence for Joe Biden's brain? Joe Biden has lost his mind. And now the only alternative to Joe Biden, if you're going to vote Democrat, Republican, is a madman named Dumpster Fire who wants to indemnify all police, hold them harmless, wants to do nationwide stop and frisk. Sorry if you're a Trumper. I cannot. You want to indemnify police? You can burn in hell. Really. I hope you go to the devil and he sticks a pitchfork right up your candy arse, and then you change your tune. You vote for a guy who openly says he wants to indemnify police. Wake up. There's another choice. There's another choice. There is another choice, and it is Robert Kennedy Jr. That's why they got his pin on right there. Robert Kennedy Jr. That's who I'm voting for. Now, I know Kennedy's a gun grabber. I know he's a moron about climate change. I know that. But at least I don't have to deal with the dead man walking around with no brain in Biden. And then I don't have to listen to Trump insult. She's a disgusting fat pig. Look at this person. You're the president, bro. When I'm governor, I can't say anything like that ever. I can't even call them jackboot thug pigs because I have to change the rhetoric. All the uniforms will be changed to white and yellow. All the cars will be painted white and yellow. There'll be no more hiding on the side of the road. That'll be done. That will be absolutely doneski. It'll be over. I will end it We will no longer be hiding to get revenue from you. All the cop cars will be white and yellow. All the uniforms will say peace officer all across them. They'll have 4-way cameras on that they can never turn off, ever. And you'll be able to tap into any camera you want and watch what's going on. We're done with this non-transparency shit. Mikey B, what is going on? What is going on? Yeah, every morning I wake up, I hope he's dead. Every morning I think, God, I hope he's dead today. I hope Biden has finally passed on, and I hope Trump dies with him. I do. I hate both of them. Biden's going to lead us to World War III, and Trump's going to make domestic terrorism legal. He wants to indemnify all police. Come on now. Come on. Come on. You can't be a member of Team DLZ and be like, yeah. Listen, do I think Kennedy is some sort of miraculous hero? No. But I do think he's going to overhaul the NIH, National Institute for Health. I do know that he was strongly against taking a mandatory, you know what I'm saying? YouTube China's watching. YouTube China's watching. Shh. YouTube China's watching. Don't say anything, everybody. And don't be mad at me because your boy Dumpster Fire said he wants to indemnify police, okay? I wouldn't be this way. He's made several statements. He wants to add more German Shepherd, more canine cops. No. How about no? How about no? Never. So this video, this man is a veteran. Excuse me. And remember, don't let them separate us. Don't let them separate us by politics. Don't let them separate us by politic. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. They want you to hate me because I hate Biden. They want you to hate me because I hate Trump. That's what they want you to do. They want you to separate from your group so that you can be conquer by dividing. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. They want you. You're not a member of Team DLZ. No, but just so you know, that can't happen. So the Lionheart, the Thilotarian. So just so you know, I mean, I've never seen your name in here before. So welcome to Team DLZ. Everybody, please welcome the Liontarian. Thank you for coming, Liontarian. Robert Kennedy Jr. is a gun grabber. However, the Supreme Court with Thomas and Roberts and Kavanaugh and Amy Barricone and Neil Gorsuch and Alito, you can't get past the unelected Supreme Court to grab our guns. It can't happen. They're trying it in state after state after state. They can't do it. The Supreme Court keeps smacking them down, even taking power away from the ATF. So I understand Kennedy's a gun grabber, but he'll go after the NIH, the National Institute for Health. He'll go after the Consumer Protection Agency. He'll go after the FDA. He wants to pardon Snowden and pardon Assange. Trump wants to murder them both. And by the way, the Lionitarian, why are bump stocks banned in America? Donald Trump. Why are there red flag laws in America? Donald Trump. How are those things possible? Only by Donald Trump. Who was the one that pushed out that mandatory who took credit for creating that thingamajigger that you put into your body and it could give you a heart attack? Who did that? Who was that? Who was it? Was that his name? Dumpster Fire? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So the Lionitarian, my gun's right here. So Kennedy can't grab my guns. The Supreme Court won't let him. And there's sometimes, listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. Right? So Kennedy's right on a few things and he's wrong on a few things. But all right, everybody hit the like button. Now listen, this veteran is going to school these pigs, but what should he have done? What he should have done. And welcome, Lionitarian. Thanks for pointing it out to me. That yeah. I won't vote for Dumpster because he gave Klaus Schwab of WEF $33 million. They're frauds, man. They're frauds. At least Robert Kennedy's different. And we have a third party then, and then we have 3 voices on the next election. How about that? How about that? How about that? Catch me outside. Let's get into it.
You identify yourself.
No, why?
Because you're leaving the area where a shooting occurred.
Okay. So right there, you pull your trifle down from your visor and using your camera as your Ninja Warrior weapon, you say, I invoke my right Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. This is how you do this right here. You don't have a back and forth with the jackboot thug pig. You show him the literature. If he says step out of the car, you open up your trifold right here and he says get out of the car. Okay, so I got to get out of the car for officer safety. And he says, hey, put your camera down. You say, I have a right to film cops. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Andy, your hoodie's getting shipped right now. JNS in Ohio, your hoodies are getting shipped right now. Right there. If he says get out of the car and then he says leave your phone in the car, you show him this. I have to get out of the car for officer safety, but right here it says I have the right to film cops. You have to show him the literature and show him the camera. And the only thing you say is I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And if you want to read this right here, just read it to him. And then with your trifold, I'm going to give you a set of cop cards. These are just like your credit card, just like your driver's license, for free. You could buy them. They're only $10, but I'll give them to you for free with the order of your trifold.
In Grand Junction, Colorado, that is Aaron, a veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps.
Hold on a second. Let me stop it again. I'm so sorry. Is there qualified immunity in Colorado? Is there qualified immunity? Is there any qualified immunity in Colorado? Yes or no? Is there qualified immunity in the state of Colorado? Is there? I'm just not sure. Is there qualified immunity in Colorado? No. Nope. Dakota said nope. Dan said nope. Right here, Milena said nope. John L. said no. Bible reading said nope. David Hall said nope. JT Soup said nope. My jujitsu brother. There's no qualified immunity in Colorado. Did it change what happened on the streets with this jackboot thug pig and the veteran? Qualified immunity is not, it's barely in the top 10 things that have to change. Now, you have YouTubers who run around saying qualified immunity, because they didn't know any better. They heard, oh, cops can't get punished with qualified immunity, so they figured that's what we should fight against. No, you should fight with, you should fight against a cop saying he's suspicious of you, he can detain you, which is what you're seeing here, which is why I created the Fifth Amendment trifold and the Fifth Amendment cop card. The reason I created these things is because of Terry versus Ohio, not because of qualified immunity. Does anybody sell a qualified immunity trifold? Does anybody sell a qualified immunity trifold? Yes or no? No, they don't. Does anybody sell a qualified immunity card? No, they don't. Because that's not what you do. You don't talk about qualified immunity. It's not qualified immunity. It's a problem. It's Terry versus Ohio by a mile. And then Graham versus Connor, and then Kerr versus California. I mean, I could just keep going down and down the line.
I've done absolutely nothing. I pulled in Colorado. That is Aaron, a veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps. I've done absolutely nothing. I pulled into a gas station because my friends are here.
Okay, if you fail to identify yourself, I'm going to pull you out of this car and detain you for obstruction.
Oh, right there. Pull out your Fifth Amendment cop card right there. You're going to detain me for obstruction? Really? Because I can read this to you, officer. Number 4, cop demands ID, says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. While filming, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No IDs required. The law's in blue, Ossifer. Hibble versus Nevada said that with reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. And oh, by the way, Ossifer, just in case you didn't know, I have filmed this interaction. I have filmed the card, and I'm filming you, and I'm letting you know that you lose qualified immunity if you violate my rights. Which right did you violate? You violated my Fourth Amendment from illegal search and seizure. The Supreme Court even had a case about it called Hibble versus Nevada. You sure you want to pull me out of the car and take my ID? You sure? You have to have the card in your pocket. The yellow and black card only comes out when there's a pig in front of you. Put it in the chat. The yellow and black card only comes out when there's a pig in front of you. It's not qualified immunity. That's what dumb YouTubers taught you. They didn't know any better. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry for you YouTubers I said that about. It's because of ignorant YouTubers who are not constitutional law scholars, spent 0 time studying the Constitution or case law. They don't know any better. They're just repeating what's popular to say. Some people even have the username in qualified immunity. It has nothing. Does this interaction have anything to do with qualified immunity? Absolutely not. Cop walks up to him and says, what? I'm suspicious of you.
What do you need?
I need you to identify yourself.
I'm suspicious of you. I need your ID.
No, why?
Because you're leaving the area where a shooting occurred.
So I'm suspicious of you again.
In Grand Junction, Colorado, that is Aaron, a veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps.
I've done absolutely nothing. I pulled into a gas station because my friends are here.
Okay, if you fail to identify
Aaron's filming. Very good, Aaron.
yourself, I'm going to pull you out of this car and detain you for obstruction.
No.
Because right now you're interfering with my investigation.
No.
Aaron is exercising his constitutional rights and educating police.
Reasonable, articulable suspicion that me, have committed a crime. Not anybody in the area, me.
Police in the area are on the look.
What does the term reasonable, articulable suspicion come from? Where's that term come from? Where do we get that term, reasonable, articulable suspicion? Surely he's citing something from the Constitution, isn't he? Surely he's citing something that has weighty foundational properties, right? No. Reasonable, articulable suspicion is a construct of institutional racism created in the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio.
Out for a dark-colored sedan, but they have not stopped a dark sedan a few feet away occupied by white guys.
But you aren't stopping them and questioning them. You stop me. I am a free American, a veteran Marine who's done 4 deployments to Iraq. You're not going to come up to me and try to intimidate me.
In addition to the racial...
He is not intimidated. Guy's done 4 tours in Iraq. This guy's got big cojones.
Profiling, the police keep refusing to identify themselves.
What's your name and your badge number? What's your name and your badge number, sir?
I'm not going to give that to you.
You have to.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Wow. We have rights. Cops have duties.
If the public asks for you to identify, you must identify. My God.
Exactly, veteran. I salute you, sir.
Smile it up. Smile it up, because this is going to be on freaking YouTube and you're going to be famous. Smile it up.
Yeah, but they don't care.
The police are now facing civil litigation. Hello, everybody. I'm David Schuster, and thanks for joining us. All of this began just before dawn on April the 23rd, 2022, with a call to 911.
So what's the address, your emergency?
704 Horizon Drive. I heard gunshots outside on Horizon Drive, like within a minute ago.
So it doesn't matter if it's true or not. All you have to do is call, and you can get somebody murdered by the pigs.
How many did you hear?
Probably 4 or 5.
Moments later, emergency dispatch received a second call.
I just had a walk-in of a guy who got shot in the head by somebody else.
Aaron was staying at a nearby hotel. His friends were staying at a different hotel just down the street. They had traveled into Colorado for a marksmanship competition. Just a few hours after the street shooting, Aaron went to a gas station convenience store to buy supplies. He then called his friends.
I went to a gas station this morning to grab some stuff, and they were saying there was a shooting at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Look what he has right here, everybody. Take a look at what he has. Let me clear this off right here. Do you see? Let me change the structure of the screen here real fast. Take a look here. What we're looking at. What does it say here? Rexing dash cam. He has a dash cam that he can now prove on 4/23/2020 at 5:30 p.m. where he was. He has a record because he has an internal dash cam that can prove that he was not a shooter. You see how important it is? Do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you have a dash cam.
3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, so at one of the shady hotels or something, I don't know. But yeah, so they have traffic blocked going out on the 70. So we might want to look to see if that's going to impact our route.
Aaron's friends were running late, so he drove back to his hotel to wait for them. En route, he missed a turn, put on a signal near the police activity, and did a U-turn. After a few minutes, his friends said they were ready. Aaron waited in the hotel driveway for them to pass so they could caravan together.
Is that you? Oh, yeah. Keep going.
So that looks like it's 5:45 in the morning. He's a veteran who's used to getting up super early in the morning.
He followed his friends to a nearby Exxon gas station. Both cars were 4-door sedans with the same dark color.
Aaron pulled into a parking spot to wait for his friends. 30 seconds later, he was approached by Grand Junction police officer Tyler Posadas.
Can I help you?
Yeah. You want to roll down your window real quick?
No. What do you need?
I need you to identify yourself.
No, why?
Because
all right.
you're leaving the area.
Hold on.
Was that Tyler Posadas? Is that what they said his name was? I believe. What's the pig's name? Let me go. I'll go right back up to right here.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Spot to wait.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Tyler Posadas. Okay, correct.
He's with a cell phone camera.
Because
all right.
you're leaving the area.
Hold on.
Aaron said hold on so he could start recording the officer's face with a cell phone camera.
Don't worry, this is being recorded as well.
I know, but your recording is a lot easier, or it's a lot harder to get versus mine.
Okay, well, can you please roll down your window more?
No.
Talk to you.
No. What do you need?
All right, well, I need to identify you.
No, you do not.
My name is Officer Posadas with the Grand Junction Police Department. All right? This is my corporal right here. This is Corporal Church.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to identify yourself.
No, that's not how it works. I have rights as an American citizen, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. You have to suspect me of committing an actual crime in order to identify. Failing to identify is a secondary offense. You have to have an actual charge, or you have to suspect me of committing a crime. You don't have that. You have nothing. I'm not going to identify simply because you see me park and you want to come up and identify me. That's not how it works.
So, okay, so here, I'll clarify some things for you so you understand.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Jason. I didn't hear anything you just said. So you're still in the jail there?
Yeah.
And you had court this morning?
Yeah, 9 a.m. and it went from 9 to 11:55, and then we started over at 1 to like 3:30.
Okay, so you had court this morning in Cleveland County in Oklahoma, and when you went to court this morning, Heather wasn't there, but the prosecutors brought in 9 witnesses against you?
Yes. And 6 of them didn't even have nothing to do with this case. I mean, whatsoever. And I tried, like, one of the guys that was there, Scott Springfield, I tried getting my lawyer and then to call him to the stand, and they said it don't work like that. I'm like, well, they let his wife testify against me. Why can't he testify, that he's the one that, came into this situation somehow? They brought him up, but they wouldn't put him on the stand. So when my attorney said, well, I can do burden of proof because I spoke with Mrs. Dollarhide, but I would rather her be here, I would ask for a continuance. So they put it off till May the 13th now.
Oh my God.
And then, yeah, telling me, bro. And then the state put in another exhibit at the very end for it's called an enhancement page. The judge said that I've been to prison in November 7th of 2010. It says I was sentenced to BOC for 5 years. And then it was refiled November 13th of 2012 saying I was in prison for 5 years.
But you were not in prison for 5 years.
Never been in prison.
In the event a third-party call is detected, your call will be terminated without warning.
And I said, Your Honor, I promise you, this is the most jail I've ever been in my 42 years breathing on this planet. And he said, well, just avoided my question. So my lawyer said he's going to file some paperwork between now and then, and that's where it stands.
So this is February 12th. They postponed your court till May what?
May the 13th at 2 p.m.
So April, May. So you have 2 months and a day. They
March and April, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. And I'm fixing to have a visit with Avery here in like 15 minutes too.
Okay.
I gotta
Your
see
daughter?
my daughter on the video.
She's 6 now, or she's 7?
6.
She's 6
She
years
turned
old.
6 July 28th.
Right.
She'll be 7 this year. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What can I do, Jason? How can I help?
Just keep doing what you've been doing, man. I appreciate it. I can give every update I can. I do have another court date, February 27th, on the new warrant that that came in for this year, or the 23rd, 2023. So that's all I can do, man. They did answer me about the commissary on Monday. They said all of the commissary will not be returned. It was all disposed of. It was all contraband, is what they're saying.
So the things that you bought at the store,
In the event a
that
third-party call is detected, your call will be terminated without warning.
the things that you bought at the store that me and Team DLZ have funded you to buy, they raided your cell, took everything you had bought that we sent you the money for, and they threw it away.
Yeah, like that day I had a I think a $42 or $43 order, and almost $20 of it went in the trash. Like I got it the day before, and I even had it 24 hours.
We, Jason, I know you need those legal books for Oklahoma. And so I'm going to make an announcement to the crowd that you need the Oklahoma state law books. And I'm not sure exactly which ones they are, that Oklahoma revised code. And then you need some law books so you can understand how Oklahoma state law works. I know that, but I know we can't send.
Say the address again.
Yeah. Say the address.
It is Jason Dollarhide, inmate ID 2011006013 at 2550 West Franklin Road, Norman, Oklahoma 73069.
Okay. Got that. So I know we can't send care packages, but I've just been sending money. So I'll just keep sending money every week.
I appreciate it.
And make sure you have enough money for commissary so you can get some food and some supplies that you need from the state-run garbage prison.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hygiene, some little bit of food. The phone's more important because of Avery, and then visits. I'm getting to see her more. April's like, you can call every day at 6:30 since that's the latest visit you can do. I'm home by 5:30. It works out because I get home. All the kids, we get settled in, and we have dinner about 7. So, the only thing, like last night when I talked to Avery, she was like, Dad, I'm playing. And April told her, your dad kind of had a bad day yesterday. I had a meeting with my attorney yesterday, and I just all I want to do is see Avery. So I jumped right on there, and like I said, I talked to her on the phone, and like tonight I see her on a video.
Okay. And did did the prison guard say something to your daughter?
Detected, your call will be terminated without warning.
What's that?
Did you say that the someone said something to your daughter that you didn't have a good day?
Yeah, April. She said, "Hey, your dad had a sad day, a hard day. He wants you to make him happy." She was like, "Dad, quit having a bad day."
Okay. Yeah. Well, she's 6, bro. I have a 6-year-old nephew I spend some time with. And
the hardest part is when she says, Dad, I'm ready to go to Cajun Corner and have daddy-daughter days again. I'm like, that's the hard one.
I know it, brother. I know it.
Go to the green area and have fun. No.
Well, just so you know, there's a whole team of people who love you and care about you. And there's a lot of us, Jason. There's a lot of us. A lot of people. I don't care what mistakes you've made. Every man is worth redeeming. I know that you've repented. I know you've said sorry for the things that you've done wrong. I know you're working on. I know you're sober and you're working on being the best man you can be. Yep.
This year in May, I'll be 9 years clean off of hard drugs. I mean, I've smoked weed and drank a little alcohol, But hard drugs, that was a problem in my life, and I'm dedicated to that because of my little girl, myself, my promise to God. I'm sticking to it. I'll make that 10 years. I'll make that 20 years. I know I will because I'm strong-minded. I'm not weak.
Yeah. You know, I also have nothing to do with smoking either. I smoke.
See, like tomorrow will be my 7 years that I haven't smoked cigarettes. So like, I'm really proud of that.
Wow. Yeah. Listen.
I quit on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's so cool, man. That's so cool. I'm so proud of you, dude. It's little victories, man. Little things where you mind over matter, and the will and the strength to be able to not do things that are bad is half of the first step. You know, but I'm just letting you know right now, man. There's a lot of people who still talk about you. I see the name Jason Dollarhide run through my chat all the time, and as soon as we hang up this phone, I'm going to send you another $100. I've been stringing it out every 5-6 days or a week. And so I'm just going to keep it consistent for you so that you don't have any excess. You don't want to get crazy. Just keep that money flowing in nice and steady. So you have commissary money week in and week out. I put $50 on your phone. So you should have plenty of minutes. If you don't have any more minutes, let me know. I'll contact the jail and see if I can put more minutes so you can talk to Avery. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the commissary, I moved money from the commissary over to the phone, and that feeds the phone and the video visits.
Okay, then I'll put 200 on your books.
I mean, I called collect because you said you'd put some money on there, so
yep.
I can either do prepaid or a collect call.
I mean, there's folks out here. Yeah, there's folks out here who give me money for you.
I always answer. That's for sure, man.
I know, buddy. I know.
My order days are the last day is on Sunday right now. That's your last day to order in by midnight or 8 o'clock Monday morning at the latest. But the kiosk is off at 7, so there ain't really no. You know, usually I always tell people Sunday.
How are you doing on money right now? You got some funds on your account for your phone and for your commissary right now?
I'm down to like I think $28 is on the phone, $27 right now.
Okay,
I'll do a visit tonight.
Okay.
And that'll be that's $9 if I do a whole 30 minutes. So
okay.
You know.
Well, look, I'll cover that. I'll put a couple hundred on your books right now. And the people, there's Felicia and Chevy and John and Les Paul and folks are actively giving me money to give to you. All I have to do is just be a conduit for you and get it over to your family to get it on your books.
Yeah. You know my money. My little niece is an amazing little person.
Let's leave her name out of this. Let's leave her name out of this completely. All right. Don't say her name.
No
Don't.
worries.
All right. I give her credit, but I don't want anybody to know who she is. I don't want anybody to know how we get you money. You know, just because I care about you.
She loves that her uncle's in contact with her, and she's doing amazing.
Right on, Jason. No problem, dude. Well, as soon as we hang up this phone, I'm going to put $200 on your books, and I still have another $3+ almost $400 that people have donated to me that's sitting still in my bank to send to you this next week. So I'll put 200 now on Tuesday, and then next Tuesday I'll put another 100, and the Tuesday after we'll just keep doing what we've been doing.
I appreciate it, man.
Okay.
From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody out there that is staying with my story and keep sharing it, and it'll get in the right hands and moving forward.
We know you got railroaded. We know you got cheated. We all know it. We saw the video, dude. We know they cheated you, and you're not perfect. You've definitely made some mistakes you and I have talked about privately, but I know that you're doing the best you can.
Yeah, I can't wait. Them cases should be coming up really soon now. I can't wait to have that highway patrol dude in a court of law. I cannot wait. I hope the news cameras are all over the courthouse that day.
Yeah. Well, let me know when that court date is. The trial date.
You'll be the first to know.
I know I will. I know. And
I cannot wait.
I don't know how much good it will be me going, but maybe it might help.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe it might help. You know, I got to go. I got a couple of things going on with a couple of cases here, one in Kentucky and one in Michigan that I have to physically go, one in Indiana where I have to fly in. and my Michigan cases. Yeah. The Team DLZ is getting bigger and bigger, and we're helping more and more people.
I know it's. I haven't seen no social media since July, Chille. So I don't know where it's at on anything. So it sucks missing all that. But I know that you're doing good. You're doing right. You're doing people good,
man.
You're God sent to a lot of us, man.
Thank you for saying that, but believe me, I'm just being a conduit. All I'm doing is doing the right thing. All I have to do is do the right thing. And so that's all I'm doing, man. I'm not, just like I've asked you to do. You don't have to be some Superman. All you really have to do is do the right thing. You don't have to be some extraordinary person. If you do the right thing, extraordinary things happen. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Well, don't eat up all your minutes talking to me, Jason. I got some money for you right now.
6:30. Hey, I'm gonna get off here and get on with Avery.
Okay, get going, man.
1 minute remaining.
Hey, I love you, Jason. I love you, and I care about you.
Too, buddy.
Okay, I'll be here for you the whole time. I'll never leave your side.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Thank everybody out there. I appreciate it.
I'll tell everybody you said that. Okay, love you, buddy. Bye. Bear with me, please, 1 second. Felicia, Les Paul, Captain. I saw a few people who threw some money in the hat here. Pistol Pete Rex, it's good to see you, my friend, always. Jason, John L, John Ligataro, Lagurit, forget it. Thank you, John L. Thank you so much. Thank you, Les Paul and Felicia. God bless you. So let's do that right now, real quick. Let's send him a couple hundred right now. I mean, just so you guys know, I do this. Every single week since Jason's been in jail, I've sent him $100 without fail. And nobody knew I was doing it until the last month or so when I revealed it. But it doesn't matter. I'm not doing it so that I'm doing it for Jason. Not for me, not for you, not for anybody else. And so this is a donation for Jason. Let me see if I can cover that. Oh, I can't. You can see her name. Hold on 1 second. Let me click pay on this bad chicken real quick. There's the pay button. Okay. Let me put my code in here. Okie dokie. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. There that is. Now let me cover up the name here so you guys can't see. There it is. And there it is. The green check mark from the green check mark on Cash App is from Save to Photos. There it is. Okay. For those of you guys who donated and I thank you. I thank you so much. I'm sorry for interrupting the video, but that's a real man living in a dungeon, and he's been there for over 6 months. And he got, if you guys don't know the story, he got completely railroaded. Now Jason has some problems. He's made some mistakes, and he's testified to me what those mistakes are. That's his business. He's made some mistakes, and he has repented for those mistakes. And if we're not worth forgiving, then none of us are redeemable, because you, my friend, have sinned too. You should not be casting stones. You should not. Okay. So there it is. I just sent that 200. And just so you guys know, this next week, let's talk about that instead of this. This week, it should be today, tomorrow. I'm waiting for the paperwork from the state. I'll have a 501c3 set up. I'm going to send out a mass email, and I'm going to ask everybody to put $5 into that, because we have the Press with Rancor trial coming up in March. I'm not going to go into all the details about what I'm doing with Press with Rancor, because it's really nobody else's business. But I can tell you this, I got the ball. And Press with Rancor trusts me, and I trust him. And I got the ball, and now we are bringing in a top-notch attorney for Press with Rancor. I mean, I can't say everything. I'm sorry. But I can tell you this, the Press with Rancor attorney, wait until I have my 501c3 set up so you guys can get tax write-offs for any money you donate to the 501c3. And this week, by the end of this week, because it was supposed to be here Friday of last week, it's still not here. So it should be here now. I will get on the phone with LegalZoom. I'll find out where that paperwork is, and we will have the 501c3. The 501c3 is called We Support People. and we support people with bail, with lawyers, with rent, with electricity, with food. We support people. If they have to travel, if they need a bus ticket, if they need an airline ticket, we support people who get cheated by the cops. And some of you guys contact me with stories of your legal case. But the thing is, I don't help every single person with their legal case. I help people who have been cheated by the police, preferably people who've been cheated by the police on video, like Jason Dollarhide. Okay, let's get back into that video. Thank you guys for the donations for Jason. You can get a trifold by going to deletelaws.com. And then I need to see a copy of your license, registration, proof of insurance on a laminated card. You can cross off the important information, and then I'm going to give you a free cop card, pair of cop cards with your trifold. So let's get back into this video. I apologize for stopping this, but I had to.
Okay. What do you need?
I need you to identify yourself.
No, why?
Because
All right.
leaving the area.
Hold on.
Aaron said hold on so he could start recording the officer's face with a cell phone camera.
Don't worry, this is being recorded as well.
I know, but your recording is a lot easier, or it's a lot harder to get versus mine.
There you go.
Okay, well, can you please roll down your window more?
No.
Talk to you.
No. What do you need?
All right, well, I need to identify you.
No, you do not.
My name is Officer Posadas with the Grand Junction Police Department. All right. This is my corporal right here. This is Corporal Church.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to identify yourself.
No, that's not how it works. I have rights as an American citizen, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. You have to suspect me of committing an actual crime in order to identify. Failing to identify is a secondary offense. You have to have an actual charge, or you have to suspect me of committing a crime. You don't have that. You have nothing. I'm not going to identify simply because you see me park and you want to come up and identify me. That's not how it works.
Okay, that would be a lot easier if he just had a Fifth Amendment cop card and he read number 4, cop demands ID, says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No ID is required. Hibble versus Nevada is the law, the current Supreme Court case law from 2004. With reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they ID. I do not give ID without probable cause. He's explaining it to the copper, but he doesn't have the literature on a card. He's got the camera going, but then when you say to the copper, I don't got to give you my ID unless you have probable cause to arrest me. I'm showing the card to the camera. I'm showing the video to the judge, and I'm going to sue your happy ass. Now back the fuck up from my car. Because if this was a real world, I'd step out the car. If you took off the badge and gun, I'd show you what a real man does to a jackboot thug pig. Now get away from my car, pig. Take a step back. I've showed you the law in blue. It's Hibble. Step away from my car. Step away from my car. Step back away from my car, pig. You don't have to put up with their shit. It's not necessary. Promised I'm not going to curse. That's the only bad word I've said. No more cursing.
Okay, so here, I'll clarify some things for you. So you.
Oh, you're going to clarify some things for me with your rudimentary thinking, you jackboot thug pig?
Why I'm coming up and
okay.
Contact you right now.
Okay.
Earlier in the night, there was a shooting that occurred right near the Travel Lodge.
I don't give a flock.
Okay.
And your car is similar in description, a dark-colored sedan.
There's a lot of dark-colored sedans, piggy.
Okay. Suspect vehicle.
Okay.
All right. So you're seen leaving the Travel Lodge.
Okay.
Information that's where the suspect
might have come from.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, but do you have a license plate number? Do you have a description of the person? Do you have anything? No. You do not have articulable suspicion that I've done anything. I actually do. No, you do not. Yeah. No, you do not.
No, he doesn't.
I am not going to identify.
Okay,
no.
If you fail to identify yourself, I'm going to pull you out of this car and detain you for obstruction.
Okay, so right there, if you're behind the wheel of the car, you have to know this, okay? You have to know this. If you are behind the wheel of the car, doesn't matter if you've broken the law or not. If the cop says, get out of the car, on the other side of I plead the Fifth Amendment is the actual holding, the policy created by the Supreme Court in the 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims. And what it says is, driver, get out. Officer safety is legitimate and weighty, and the intrusion into personal liberty at most is a mere inconvenience. Okay, action. They have to, removing you from the auto, the law is that you must get out when lawfully stopped. Now, he's not lawfully stopped, so he could reject getting out of the car. He could go to jail for that. If you don't want to get torture cuffed, then get out of the car and let them do what they're going to do and film everything. But if you want to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims, and you can say it's not a lawful order, the reason you get out of the law is for officer safety. If by video you can show that there's no way a reasonable officer could believe that you're armed and presently dangerous, you can challenge the order. Unlawful, because it's against the spirit of the law. Challenging the law could certainly get you arrested. So now if he orders you out of the car, you can get out in protest and say, you're violating my rights by ordering me out. It's an unlawful order. And he says, put your camera phone down, and you say, I have the right to record. I always films cop faces. In Izare, it said, our right to film police falls squarely within the First Amendment purpose to protect free and robust discussion of public affairs, hold government officials accountable, and check abuse of power. Violating the First Amendment on camera removes the cop's qualified immunity. It's a First Amendment right to film cops. You just have to have the literature in your hand to go around the clearly established prong, which the judge will say you in district court. The judge will say to you in district court, well, the clearly established prong means the cop has to know that he's violating your rights and which right he's violating. Officer, I told the cop which right he was violating, and it's on camera. Here's the trifold that I showed. I showed the camera. I showed the cop. Now, are you going to be a jackboot thug pig sucker, judge? Or are you going to get me the money that I'm owed for my rights being violated? You have to have it. I give them for free if you can't afford it. You email me and I send you a link where you can print it out yourself. I will not withhold any literature from you. If you want this fancy one with the indestructible paper, you have to order. It costs $20, and I give you a pair of cop cards with it. Not the $9 one, the $20 one. The $9 ones you print at home. I send the same $9 one for free if you contact me through my website. If you can't afford $9, then I'll give it to you for free. I'm committed to this, man. This is what I do. So...
No. Because right now you're interfering with my investigation.
No, I've done anything. No, you do not. No, you do not. I am not going to identify.
Okay,
No.
if you fail to identify yourself, I'm going to pull you out of this car and detain you for obstruction.
No.
Because right now you're interfering with my investigation.
No.
Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold or you have a cop card. Put a 1 in the chat if you have one already.
I've done. You do. Oh, okay. So. You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed a crime. What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Possible attempted homicide.
Possible attempted homicide.
Yes.
It's a lie. Don't break.
You suspect me, actual me, of committing possible attempted homicide.
Yeah, bro, he does.
Behavior right now does not help your cause.
No. Being cooperative or uncooperative, I'm not giving up my rights. When you give up your rights, you'll lose your rights eventually. I have rights as a free American. I've done absolutely nothing. I pulled into a gas station because my friends are here, because we're going to.
At this point, Officer Pisana tells Corporal Church to talk to Aaron's friends.
Hi guys, how we doing?
According to incident reports of the early morning shooting, police were looking for 2 suspects in a dark sedan, a black man and a white man. But back at Aaron's vehicle, Officer Posada only mentions the race of 1.
Excuse me, 2 people also stated that one of the suspects may be of African-American descent.
Okay. Well, it's not me. I've done nothing. I am not going to identify, because you don't have that right to take that right from me. I've done nothing at all.
So if you've done nothing wrong, all you got to do is identify yourself, and then we.
That's not how it works. That's how people lose their rights, because law enforcement is always like, well, if you've done nothing, then you shouldn't be afraid. No, that is intimidation factors.
Aaron, I just need your information.
Absolutely not. No.
Aaron's friends matched the description of the white suspect, but police did not hassle them. Furthermore, by this point, according to incident reports, law enforcement knew the name of the black man they were seeking. And within minutes of talking with Aaron's friends and running Aaron's license plate, police confirmed Aaron was not that man.
Doesn't matter, though. Their ego's now involved.
And yet, while police let Aaron's friends go,
I'll be there later.
They kept Aaron on the scene.
Wow. Wow. Are you freaking kidding me? Wow.
You know, what's funny, my buddies that just left, they were also in a dark sedan. A dark sedan, right? But you guys aren't questioning them. Why? Answer me why, please. They were in a dark sedan. The exact same color, actually.
Okay. So do you see the amount of frustration and angst he's going through right now? What is that? What's happening to him right now? Can anybody give me the actual term? It's only one word. What's happening to Aaron right now? Can you guys put that term into the comment section for me, pretty please? I want to show you guys something. So what is the term that's happening to Aaron right now? What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Racism. That's funny. That's true. Pissed. That's true too. What's the legal term? Terry is right. Terry versus Ohio is correct, but he's being what? He's being profiled. True. He's being profiled. What else though? I'm looking. Profiling trauma. That's true. Shaken down. That's true. Chevy. What's up, Playboy? Gaslit, interrogated. But what does Terry allow them to do? Frustration. What does Terry allow them to do? What is it called specifically? There's a term for it. Starts with a D. Starts with a D. Detainment. There it is. JT Soup. I'm going to send you out a pair of cop cards for free. Good answer. So he's being detained. Detainment is only possible because of what the person put earlier. Terry versus Ohio. Detainment's not constitutional. It's not real. It was created so that cops could detain black people in 1968. I'm not making this up. I've been teaching on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram for over 2 years now. I've said the same thing for years and years and years. April Rain got it. He's being detained. Detainment is a construct of institutional racism created with Terry versus Ohio so that cops could detain Black Panthers and then pat them down. And officer safety is the most important thing. Those are the 3 tenets of Terry right there. Officer safety, detainment, patting you down. Pat downs now have become what? A POW style of arrest. This stop is not possible without Terry versus Ohio. This is a Terry stop.
The exact same color in a dark sedan. A dark sedan, right? But you guys aren't questioning them. Why? Answer me why, please. They were in a dark sedan. The exact same color, actually. The exact same color, and we're going to a competition. You said that one of the suspects was identified as, or may have been identified as a Black American, right? But which means that there might have been a second suspect, right? Was the second suspect white or Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, right? But you aren't stopping them and questioning them. You stop me. And you wonder why motherfuckers have such a difficult time understanding how law enforcement does shit. They were in a dark sedan, dude. A dark, exact same color as mine. And you did not stop them and questioning them. You're doing it to me.
I know exactly how he feels. God bless you, Patriot. God bless you.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Nope. Shut your mouth. I don't want to you.
Look how mad he's getting because he's being Terry stopped. There's a famous saying. People don't remember what you did for them. People remember how you make them feel. You guys heard that? I'm probably butchering the saying because I don't remember every single thing of something that's super important for me to remember. People remember how you made them feel. This man feels like he's being racially profiled, and he is. This man feels like he's being wrongfully detained, and he is. This man feels like he's being bullied by a guy with a badge and a gun when he's a marksman shooter. He's there for a marksman competition. Pow, pow, pow. He struggled to explain that he doesn't have to get. So when you're emotional and you're losing your mind because you're so pissed off and you're seeing red and you want to get out and rip that cop's lips off, you're not going to be able to speak clearly. It'll be hard for you. The yellow and black card only comes out of your wallet when there's a pig in front of you. The cards are only $10. If you can't afford it, I'll email you a copy. You can laminate it. If you can't afford it, someone will buy a pair for you. If you can't afford it, I'll donate a pair to some people. I do all the time. You have to have the card so you can just read it. You just want to read it. Otherwise, you're going to get tongue-tied like this patriot right here.
Mine. And you did not stop them and questioning them. You're doing it to me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Nope. Shut your mouth. I don't want to to you.
Tell me how to talk, all right?
You shut your mother mouth.
Corporal, come up here. It's not working.
The corporal then approached the vehicle.
I'm the absolute last person to ever bring up race about anything, man. I don't ever bring that up. But I find it hard to believe that my buddy's car,
modern
dark sedan, exact same color, dark gray, we leave at the exact same time, he doesn't get stopped.
Moments later, a Grand Junction police supervisor showed up.
Why are you not cooperative?
Because I don't have to be cooperative with your investigation.
Well, you have to ID yourself.
No, I do
No, he doesn't. But he doesn't have the card to read, so he's stuttering and stammering.
not. Please give me your name and your badge number.
And he's supposed to. No, you won't give me that right now, so now you're secret pigs?
I mean, you won't. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever encountered.
Would you like me to explain the reason I'm asking you?
I would like your name and badge number, please, first.
So you don't want me to explain the reason?
I would like your name and badge number first. For the record, name and badge number first.
I am willing to explain to you the reason that I asked you.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Earning the hate. Put it in the chat. Earning the hate. They're earning our hatred.
Would you like me to explain that to you?
No! I want your name and badge number, pig!
Please identify yourself.
I'll trade you.
No, that's not how it works. I have a right to not.
I think that's fair.
No, it's not fair. It's the law, man. It's not that hard. You are law enforcement. Huh?
You're disobeying the law.
I'm not disobeying.
You are.
I am not disobeying the law. I'm abiding by the law. You guys are
Wow, look at them out there laughing, having a good time like a bunch of hyenas.
not. Yeah.
That man's the lion, and these are the hyenas.
Huh?
You're disobeying the law.
I'm not disobeying.
You are.
I am not disobeying the law. I'm abiding by the law. You guys are not. Yeah. Smile it up. Smile it up, because this is going to be on freaking YouTube, and you're going to be famous. Smile it up.
The police stopped talking to Aaron, and then 10 minutes later,
All right, Mr. Booker, you have a nice day. Good luck at your shooting competition.
Off, man.
So, hold on a second. Let me show you something important here, okay?
and then
Hold on a second.
Off, man.
Someone in the background. All right, he's all right, Mr. Booker. His name's Aaron Booker. So, you mean they ran his license plate when the stop first started? Yes, they did. And you mean they knew the name of the owner of the registered vehicle in the first 1 minute? Yes, they did. So then you mean every single minute after the first minute was nothing but harassment? Yes, it was. And when he stammered, let me go back here to where he stammers, which is going to be right about here.
name of the license friend's scene.
Also in a dark sedan. A dark sedan, right? But you guys aren't questioning them. Why? Answer me why, please. They were in a dark sedan. The exact same color, actually. The exact same color, and we're going to a competition. You said that one of the suspects was identified as, or may have been identified as a Black American, right? But which means that there might have been a second suspect, right? Was the second suspect white or Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, right? But you aren't stopping them and questioning them. You stop me. And you wonder why motherfuckers have such a difficult time understanding how law enforcement does shit. They were in a dark sedan, dude. A dark, exact same color as mine. And you did not stop them and questioning them. You're doing it to me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Nope. Shut your mouth. I don't want to to you.
Tell me how to talk, all right?
You shut your mother mouth.
So right there, he's going to lose his composure a little bit, but because he's being harassed by the pigs. And so that is also in your trifold. It's number 7. And it says, I curse cops out, Cohen versus California. When he says, don't talk to me that way, by using these words, you get to know the depths of my feelings. Justin Harlan said in Cohen versus California, one man's vulgarity is another man's lyric. Cursing out cops, the right to say what you want. Houston versus Hill, 1987. Houston versus Hill, 1987. Expressive disorder is inevitable in a society that's dedicated to individual freedom and must be protected if that freedom can survive. Mr. Hill interrupted police, and I can interrupt you as well. So it's right there in your trifold. It's right there. You want to pull the trifold out when they tell you that you can't use certain words.
Well, we'll come up here. It's not working.
With your disclaimer, please, first. I'm going to be on freaking
talking to Aaron, and then 10 minutes later.
All right, Mr. Booker, you have a nice day. Good luck at your shooting competition.
Off, man.
Overall, this encounter lasted 30 minutes. After Aaron Booker hired an attorney who filed a formal complaint and gave notice of a civil lawsuit, the police then conducted an internal review. During that review, Sergeant Steele, the officer who refused to identify and give a badge number, said it was never his intention not to identify himself, despite the policies of the Grand Junction Police and a Colorado state law that requires him to do so. The sergeant said he just forgot. In the wake of the internal affairs investigation, Grand Junction Police Chief Doug Shoemaker entered a finding that all of the allegations against his officers were unfounded, other than Sergeant Steele not identifying. The sergeant received verbal counseling. The internal affairs report concluded that Aaron Booker's driving was highly suspicious and that the police intrusion was less invasive than it could have been. That's right, the police say their officers' actions could have been worse. Aaron Booker is now preparing to sue the Grand Junction Police Department. Legal experts say he has a strong case.
I'm going to take you out of this vehicle.
I can walk out.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you out. Since you haven't been cooperative with me, I'm going to help you out. You have no weapons on you?
No, I do not.
Okay, step out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Put your phone down. You're being detained. Okay? For what? Because I don't believe what you're telling me.
You are being
detained.
I can walk out.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you out. Since you haven't been cooperative with me, I'm going to help you out. You have no weapons on you?
No, I do not.
Okay, step out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Put your phone down.
Okay, right there. Put your phone down. He told him to put his phone down. The gentleman in the car didn't inform him that when he says he's going to get out of the car, he didn't show him on the trifold before he got out, I have the right to film cops. It's held up by the Supreme Court. That would go around the pigs' qualified immunity at the court case. Qualified immunity is overcome so easily if you simply film exactly what you're showing to the cop and show it to the copper and then inform him. This goes around qualified immunity by establishing the clearly established prong. This establishes that I'm telling you, I'm filming you because it's my First Amendment right to film you. It's on camera. That's why the literature is so important. That's why I spend an hour a day. My assistant spends an hour a day, longer than me even, clicking on emails and sending you guys out a trifold that you can print for free if you don't have any money. You have to have this in your hand and you have to film it, and then you show the copper. And then if it's on film and you showed the copper, we'll help you get your lawyer. I'll help you sue those jackboot thug pigs. How many people write me an email and they don't send me a video? How many people write me an email and I say to the people, do you have a video? How many people have sent me an email and said, hey, I need your help. I need your help. And the first thing I say back is, do you have a video? You get a 1-line email reply from me. Do you have a video? Because if you have a video, take a look at the 500 people in here. We have 500 people in here over Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. 500 people watching right now. If I show your video and say I need $5 from everybody, we can raise you $2,500 in one session to hire the down payment for your attorney. I can't do a God blessed thing if you do not have a video. A video. Do you understand that? If you don't have a video, what is that? There it is. Okay. So just so you guys know, I believe I have an old trifold because the trifold is correct. I have an old trifold in my hand. Cohen versus California is 1971. Houston versus Hills 1987. Okay, good. Good. And I want to make sure, but you understand? If you don't have a video, I'm powerless. I don't have a bar card in any state yet. I can't do anything. I can crowdfund your lawyer. I can help you. You got to have a video. And then if you do it right and you go around the clearly established prong that you have a right to film, I can help you. You leave me totally torture cuffed if I can't help you. You leave the 500 people here totally torture cuffed. Just so you guys know, 2/3 of you watching this are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button right now. Take your finger and hit the subscribe button, please. It helps me help more people if you subscribe to the channel. It helps me help you if you have a video. Watching this is frustrating as fudge.
This vehicle.
I can walk out.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you out. Since you haven't been cooperative with me,
to help me.
I'm going to help you out. You have no weapons on you?
No, I do.
Okay, step out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Put your phone down. You're being detained. Okay?
For what?
Because I don't believe what you're telling me.
You are being detained because I don't believe what you are telling me.
Hey, Coleman? Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Chicago, Illinois.
All right, sir, I'm not being hostile, just so you know.
That's the voice of passenger Lee Coleman.
I was being very calm. Do you have your body cam on?
Yes.
He started recording this June 2022 encounter after the police began questioning him.
So once we have to go to court, we'll see that you falsely accused me of something, all right? That's not
Gotcha.
funny.
You can videotape too?
This is a temporary proof.
Under settled law, passengers in a vehicle stopped for a traffic violation have no obligation to answer questions or provide ID, just the driver.
Is it your vehicle?
It's my father's, but I'm on the insurance. So
Oh, it's understandable.
his name is Keith Jackson, and mine is Lakeisha's with Lincoln Insurance. So it's covered.
At this point, police seem focused on the driver, Miss Jackson, Coleman's friend. Chicago, Illinois.
All right, sir, I'm not being hostile, just so you know.
That's the voice of passenger Lee Coleman.
I apologize. I didn't. I was okay. Let me calm down. When they say, listen,
Sir, me.
Hey, Coleman? Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Chicago, Illinois.
All right, sir, I'm not being hostile, just so you know.
That's the voice of passenger Lee Coleman.
I was being very calm.
When you are the passenger in a car, okay? You pull out your yellow and black non-driver card. It's the only yellow and black card in your wallet. It's the only one. I've given away thousands and thousands of these cards to people. Put a 1 in the chat if I've given you one for free. I've given away thousands. When the cop starts questioning you, when you are the passenger in a car, you say, 1 second, officer, can I grab the card out of my wallet? Because you don't want to get shot. That's the only question you're going to ask him. And as soon as he says yes, you pull your card out. You start at number 1. Cop cited. I invoke my First Amendment right. Number 2, cop approaches and says any words to you at all. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. The Fifth Amendment is unequivocal. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. I give you a free card with an order of a trifold that I ship. This card goes on the visor of your passenger's visor. That's where it goes. You're right. I got to breathe. I hate seeing this. I can hate this. Can hate it. It's forgive me. I apologize.
Just so you know.
That's the voice of passenger Lee Coleman.
I was being very calm. Do you have your body cam on?
Yes. He started recording this June 2022 encounter after the police began questioning him.
So once we have to go to court, we'll see that you falsely accused me of something, all right? That's not
Gotcha. You could videotape too.
This is a temporary proof.
Under settled law, passengers in a vehicle stopped for a traffic violation have no obligation to answer questions or provide ID, just the driver.
Is it your vehicle?
It's my father's, but I'm on the insurance. So
Oh, it's understandable.
His name is Keith Jackson, and mine.
You don't have to answer any of those things. You never have to tell him it's my father's vehicle, nothing. Once you've given him your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance, once you've invoked your Fifth Amendment right, it says right here, don't ask me where I'm coming from, where I'm going, where I've been, if I've been drinking. He doesn't get to ask you a damn thing. You invoke your Fifth Amendment right and you sit right on it. He says to get out of the car, fine. Inform him, I'll get out of the car, but I have a right to record police when I get out of the car. It's upheld right here. I'm going to get out, but right here's my right to film cops. I'm getting out with my phone. If you take my phone out of my hand, you are chilling my First Amendment right. Further, you are infringing my First Amendment right, and I will file a federal civil rights lawsuit against you. And when this guy named ChilleDeCastro is governor, he's going to write legislation that if I sue you for a federal civil rights violation and I win, you lose your peace officer's license for life. That's what Chille's going to do as governor. So just so you know, I'm going to get out, but I got a right to film you. This is basic rudimentary stuff. That's why I give you guys an extra trifold. That's why I give you extra cop cards so that you can give them away to people, show them the channel, teach them what I'm teaching you, pass it to your cousin. You may think, oh, my cousin's a right-wing cop sucker, left-wing cop sucker, central cop sucker, independent cop sucker. My cousin sucks off the cops, okay? She still may not know that you don't have to say a damn word. And once she's under the gun, that cop sucking, even she may try it, it won't work. The cops are terrible in this country.
It's Lakeisha's with Lincoln Insurance, so it's covered.
At this point, police seem focused on the driver, Miss Jackson, Coleman's friend.
As I was transferring some papers. I don't see it.
Because you just did this.
Yeah.
Can you ask your dad where it is?
Well, I can get his policy. Can I possibly get just like the policy number on my dad so you can look it up or verify?
I can't look it up. Do you have an old one?
This is just what I.
As Miss Jackson tries to pull together the information, police officer
As Miss Jackson tries to pull together the information, but I'm on Team DLZ, and I already learned that I got my current proof of registration laminated right next to the copy of my identification. I can't F this up. I have 3 of these in my car. I'll never be without my current registration and my current proof of insurance because I'm a member of Team DLZ. I learned by watching video after video after video of people not having their current registration, not having their current proof of insurance, not having at least a photocopy of their driver's license. I learned how to do this right. I'm prepared. I invoke 1A. I invoke 4A, 5A. Now I control the pig. I tell him, go do your job. Get out of my face. You have to have a copy of your current insurance, not on your phone. Print it out. Print it out. That's what I'm talking about. She ain't got it.
As Miss Jackson tries to pull together the information, police officer Tyler Barrett sees passenger Coleman recording and decides again to engage.
Same company.
You are talking to me.
Nope. Bzzz. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. I don't see the camera in his hand. The answer is your Fifth Amendment non-driver cop card, where you say, I see a cop right away, I start filming. Right there. Cop sighted, I start filming. Number 2, cop approaches. What did he do? Tap, tap, tap on his window. That's what he did. Tap, tap, tap. Passenger, can I talk to you? I invoke my First Amendment right to be pressed. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's the end of the conversation. Get out of the car. No problem. I do not consent to searches or seizures. I want to inform you that I have a right to film cops. It's held up by Turner versus Driver and Israel.
No.
You already got my ID.
I'm gonna have to step out real quick.
There's no reason for you to talk to me. I'm not the person driving.
It's not what you say.
What am I stepping out for?
Step on, I'll talk to you.
No.
Anything I gotta worry about?
As Miss Jackson steps outside, the lead officer gives an instruction to his partner.
Tyler, open the door. Don't move. Okay? Why are you sweating like that? All right,
Because
first
I'm
of all,
sick and we're going to
you're
the
sick?
pharmacy
Okay.
to get some.
Why are
to
you
get
not
some
cooperating?
shit.
I'm trying to talk
Because
to you.
I'm sick. There's no There's
What's
no
your
reason
name?
for me. I don't have to release my name to you. I'm a veteran.
Yes, he's a veteran who knows his rights.
Even worse.
Still,
Okay. Yes, you do. All right. I have an investigation going on. Okay.
All right, I'm getting my ID.
Where is your ID? Don't reach
Here.
for it. You have no weapons on you?
Not at all.
Okay. It's in this pocket right here.
Please don't touch me. I've been sexually assaulted before. I don't like
Okay.
it.
You're being
I'm a
audio,
veteran-
video
I'm a veteran.
recorded. Just so you
I
know.
know
Doesn't
I'm a veteran.
matter.
PTSD
What's your name?
Is actually
That'll solve this whole problem. What is
Doesn't
your name?
matter.
Coleman.
Lee Coleman, and that's what your ID says.
Yes.
Okay. Where's your ID?
In my fifth pocket.
Okay. Take your seatbelt off. You're being audio and video recorded, okay? Just so you know, I'm going to move this and I'm going to take you out of this vehicle.
I can walk out.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you out. Since you haven't been
You
cooperative
don't
with me,
need to help me.
I'm going to help you out. You have no weapons on you?
No, I do not.
Okay, step out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Put your phone down. You're being detained.
Wow. Wow. So let me just explain something and let me be really clear about this. He did not take advantage of his rights. He did not invoke his rights. He didn't show any literature. He doesn't. Does this piss anybody else off? Put a 1 in the chat if this pisses you off. If this makes you mad that nobody taught him, nobody invited him to Team DLZ, nobody gave him a trifold, nobody gave him a cop card, nobody educated this guy. If it pisses you off, put a 1 in the chat. This pisses me off because that jackboot thug pig would never behave that way with me, ever. Because I invoke my rights right away and I let him know I'm your boss. You work for me. This pisses me off. I tell you what, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down here. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh this one off. Obviously, this is an uneducated man. No one taught him anything, and he needs help.
Okay. For what? Because I don't believe what you're telling me. Lee Coleman?
Mr. Coleman's camera gets placed face down but continues recording audio.
Since you're being uncooperative, I believe you to be somebody else. Okay? Okay. You're just being detained right now, okay?
He's going in torture cuffs.
As soon as I get your ID, if you would have cooperated with me when I asked you to roll down
He doesn't have to give identification. There's no probable cause. Reasonable articulable suspicion is not enough to get ID. It says so in Hibble 2004.
the window, I believe you to be somebody else. Okay, if you're Lee Coleman, you'll be free to go. All right?
No, check this credit card too. That's my credit card. There you go. It was that simple. See that veteran shit there, sir? I saw this like a country.
Okay, I'm not saying you didn't.
Oh, no, you're a jackboot thug pig. JBTP. Put it in the chat. JBTP.
All we're doing is going to the store. Okay, and you're going to be on your way immediately. If you would have rolled on... Okay, well, guess what? When people are in my profession,
Oh, shut the flock up, bro. We don't give a damn about... You don't have a profession. You joined a gang where all you have to do is hurt people and take orders, you liar.
If
My
you want
father's a retired police officer.
you want to let me talk? You want to let me talk so I can explain to you what's going on?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let me talk. It's in your trifold. The cop says, let me talk. Let me talk. Right to interrupt. Houston versus Hill, 1987. It says so right in your trifold, right there. Right there. You're allowed to interrupt cops. It is your God-given right to be able to interrupt cops. It says it. It's right here. The literature's right there.
We leave somebody me over here. Look exactly. I'm not on bullshit. Okay.
No, you are bullshit, bud.
Warrant. Okay. And I thought you were that person that had a warrant.
Because you're a jackboot thug pig, and suspicion is what you're allowed to detain me with, which puts me in torture cuffs. Are the cuffs off this man yet?
You don't want to roll down your window.
No, I don't want to roll down my window.
And speak to me.
I don't want to speak to you because I invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
I'm gonna write. That's what I'm doing. And I see you. I understand you might be sick, okay?
I am
but
sick.
I don't know
You understand you might be sick? No, you're sick, actually. You're a sick pig.
that. And when you're not rolling down the window, and you're not talking to me, and you're sweating, that makes me to believe. What are you doing? Okay. And that's my point of view. Okay.
I don't care what your point of view is. You have a Terry versus Ohio point of view, and it's incorrect and wrong.
Actually, it's not okay. Under settled case law, sweating, having the same skin tone as a suspect, and being silent are not justification for police to get your ID. It's also racial profiling, which is illegal.
I'm not trying to disrespect you in any way. Okay? If you would have rolled down the window, handed me your ID, okay? I told you what the reason I want your ID is that you look exactly like somebody I'm looking for that has a warrant, okay? I'm not on any bullshit, okay? I'm not going through your car. I'm not searching you. I'm not doing anything. Okay?
What did he just say?
You look exactly like somebody I'm looking for.
No, he doesn't. He's black. You're racial profiling.
It has a warrant, okay? I'm not on any bullshit.
No. You are bullshit, bud.
I'm not going through your car. I'm not searching you. I'm not doing anything.
No. You put him in torture cuffs, dude. You put the man in torture cuffs. You are doing something.
Okay? All right. I just wanted you to know where I'm coming from.
I have no issue.
Okay. I appreciate it.
I don't care. He said,
I just wanted you to know where I'm coming from.
no, I don't care where you're coming from. I have rights. You have duties. There's a big difference. And then this polite black man says, I have no issue with you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Oh, no. That's incorrect. Incorrect data. Put a 1 in the chat if the police are enemies. Put a 1 in the chat if the police are the enemy of freedom. Put a 1 in the chat if the police are the enemy of transparency. Put a 1 in the chat if the police are the darkness, the fear, the evil in the night that you must fear the most. And if you don't fear them in the night, you're making a grave mistake because you could end up getting killed. You better have a healthy fear that this jackboot thug pig can shoot you and arrest you. They are the evil. They are the darkness. They are the dark cloud over your travel. When I was driving between LA and San Diego and Las Vegas, the only thing that I had to worry about where I thought, oh, I better be careful, is when I saw a jackboot thug pig on the side of the road trying to revenue collect, be a road pirate. He's incorrect. Not only, let me just talk directly to him. Not only were you incorrect in how you handled the stop from beginning to end, not only did you not invoke your rights completely from top to bottom, you then make some blanket statement that is patently false. The police are our enemies. Until this changes, you can't. I got a bag of M&Ms here. There's 100 M&Ms in the bag. There's only a few bad apples in there. There's only a few in there that are poison. How many M&Ms do you want? How many M&Ms do you want? I got a bag of M&Ms. There's only a few bad in there. How many do you want? But the few bad ones are poison. How many M&Ms do you want? Let me know. How many M&Ms do you want? Just tell me. I'm just wondering. Anybody who wants M&Ms? I'm just wondering. How many do you want? Do you want just 1 or 2? You want to take your chance? You want to just pop a couple in your mouth? That's what I'm talking about. None, 0, none, 0. You can't trust them. Remember, this jackboot thug pig might have an agenda. He might have, there's no quotas, there's performance evaluations. He may want to up his performance evaluation. Make sense? He may need more arrests because the captain said, man, I was looking at your evaluation report, and it says that you let most people go. You're not getting any arrests, huh? Okay. Have a good day on the shift today. And so now this jackboot thug pig needs an arrest in his mind. Cops are our enemies. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't true. I was talking to Dick Heller on the phone earlier today from the 2008 case of Heller versus Washington, D.C., where he sued to be able to have a pistol in his home in Washington, D.C., and he won. Dick Heller is the reason why we still have the Second Amendment, because it was going the other way. And when I talked to Dick Heller is a former police officer because he was never a pig, and he worked for the Supreme Court. He was a Supreme Court police officer because he said the difference between me and other cops is I was a good officer. That's what he said to me. I had to choke it down because Dick Heller is 80, and he has put in his time to make sure we have the Second Amendment. But right now, I said to Dick Heller, you have to just extend the fact that these guys are our enemies. And it doesn't matter if you're 80, doesn't matter if you're 8, doesn't matter if you're 18, doesn't matter how old you are. The cops are our enemies. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't true. I told Dick Heller, I would love to be able to promote cops and say, hey, here's this cop's Cash App. He's a hero. Everybody send him some money. Support this man. He's a good pig. I can't do it. I currently can't do it. So you were incorrect with your stop. You were incorrect with your data. Then you're incorrect with this too.
I appreciate it. You know where I'm coming from. I have no issue. Okay. I appreciate it.
Yes, he is.
Okay. You'll be out of handcuffs. You can get to your pharmacy. Or
you'll be out of handcuffs? He's still got him in torture cuffs as these cops explaining?
Something to eat. That'll be it, okay? I'm going to give you a receipt saying that we stopped you, and that'll be it, okay?
Okay. I tortured you. I dominated you. This beta male, alpha male to veteran.
And you stopped this because you said you failed to use the turn signal coming out of parking space? I stopped you because I think you had a warrant.
He thought he was suspicious. It's a Terry stop on this man.
Thank you for your service. What are you, Marine? Navy? I don't know any. I know that you served. I shot the Tomahawk cruise missile from 2001 to 2007, Operation Enduring Freedom, and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you. You said no, don't thank me. I killed men, women, and children for my good.
Wow. Wow. This went deep.
Iraqi freedom. Thank you. You said no, don't thank me. I killed men, women, and children for my good. I got.
Wow. I killed women and children. It's no good. I got effing issues. Wow, this went deep, didn't it?
Okay. All right. Sorry. No, I don't. Don't be sorry. I provided that blanket for you. I appreciate that. Just listen. I'm going to document everything that I did today. Like why I stopped you. Right?
Take him out of the torture cuffs.
Are you illegally detained right now? You're not illegally detained. Yes, I am. Okay.
No. So this is where the cops right. The Supreme Court created a policy. The Supreme Court created a policy. Michael Eline is in the room right now. Michael Eline is a California bar card and Texas bar card holder. Michael Eline takes federal civil rights lawsuit cases on contingency. Michael Eline and I are working together on a couple things right now. We did some big things today together. Some things happened today that Michael, what I say to Michael is I say, Michael, you line the pins up and I come in and I knock them down. And that's what Michael's been doing. He's been lining up the pins for me and I'm coming in and just blasting strikes. And then Michael goes, yeah, Chille, get him. And then Michael lines up the pins for me again and I knock him down. And we've done it 2 or 3 times now together over the past month. Super grateful that I'm friends with Michael Eline.
You say I look like somebody? Nah, I didn't do anything. You don't know anything. No, I don't. Why don't you tell me?
So now he's in torture cuffs, so he's irritated.
Are you illegally detained right now?
Why are you illegally detaining me?
You're not illegally detained. Yes, I am.
You're not illegally detained. Yes, I am.
You say I look like somebody?
You said I look like somebody? Nah, I didn't do anything.
Nah, I didn't do anything. You don't know.
Who just admitted that he killed women and children.
No, I don't. Why don't you tell me?
He says, okay, I don't know anything. Why don't you tell me?
I already told you. I don't have to get into that.
Oh, so now you can illegally put me in torture cuffs, but you don't have to tell. Oh, it's not illegal. It's a Terry stop.
I know you don't have to. I just asked you a question. That's all. I'm not forcing. I'm not being.
I'm not gonna. Let you know about mine.
Oh, you detained him and put him in torture cuffs, but you're not gonna you're not gonna say anything about your investigation. You are such a pig, bro.
Investigation. All right. Listen, dude.
My name is not dude. I called you sir. I'm a veteran.
Wow. Wow. This veteran checks him.
All right. Listen, dude.
My name is not dude. I called you sir. I'm a veteran. You don't call me dude. I'm not
I
a
understand.
fucking dude.
I understand. I understand.
That's an alpha male talking to a beta male.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do I have to respect you all the time? But you call me dude.
Yeah.
That's not right. Yeah, every doesn't have a warrant. Just so.
Woo. This is every enter doesn't have a warrant. Charlie, come here, baby. Let me put my microphone on mute.
You know.
Hey, dude.
Once again,
I'm not trying to.
Once again, you called me dude. Dude. I
I
called you sir. Wow.
You acting like you're giving me respect and you
You're
ain't.
antagonizing me.
The antagonization starts when you don't speak to me on a legal stop.
Antagonization starts when you don't speak to me at a legal stop. Charlie, come here, baby. You plead the Fifth Amendment. This pig feels like you're antagonizing him if you don't talk to him when he Terry stops you. The pig thinks that you're antagonizing him. Good Lord. How off base is this pig? He's so far off, it's unbelievable.
Legal stop. Let me get your receipt.
Thank you. Where's my phone?
And with that, Mr. Coleman was released. According to several reports, he is now considering a civil lawsuit.
Oh, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Coleman. Reach out to me, Mr. Coleman. You got it on video. You did it all wrong. But I think with the new connections that we have, I got the Chille vein popping. You can see when I get one in my forehead, I get one in my neck. I get all bunged up when I watch stuff like this. It just drives me absolute. Considering a lawsuit, said Modern Radio. Thanks for coming, Modern Retro Radio. It's the first time I've seen you here, but welcome. Everybody welcome Modern Retro Radio to Team DLZ. Make sure you have a trifold, and if you get a trifold, I'll hook you up. Make sure you let me know your username on your order so that I can throw a couple free things in there for you.
Legal experts say he has a strong case and that his video, never mind the police body cameras that are coming, show the cops clearly violated Coleman's First, Fourth, and 14th Amendment rights. Officer Tyler Barrett's underscored all of this at the end of the video when he told Coleman, the antagonizing starts when you don't speak to me. That's right, speak to the police officer or else. Well, it may be news to Officer Barrett's, but the U.S. Constitution, which he took an oath to uphold, gives all of us the right not to speak to law enforcement. And yet this ignorant Chicago cop with a dangerous chip on his shoulder, a fragile ego, and a penchant for racial profiling got triggered and retaliated. And that meant a U.S. military veteran who already has PTSD was yanked out of a vehicle, handcuffed, and detained illegally. Let me be clear. I do not hate police, and there's probably no city in America where being...
Put a one in the chat if you strongly dislike, distrust, and maybe even hate the cops. Put a one in the chat if you slightly disagree with him, where you may say that you're like me and you say that you hate cops. I hate cops. I hate them. I don't hate the person. I pray to God that they find Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha, whatever it takes. Find DMT. Find something, bro. You're a jackboot thug pig. You are a jackboot thug pig. You're a jackboot thug pig. He says, I don't hate cops. Let's listen to it.
Already has PTSD was yanked out of a vehicle, handcuffed, and detained illegally. Let me be clear. I do not hate police, and there's probably no city in America where being a cop is more challenging than Chicago. Still, this cop's actions and attitude were disgraceful. His tyrannical behavior must have consequences. More broadly, it is time across America to end police officers' qualified immunity. Once police are forced to pay lawsuit fines out of their own pocket,
it doesn't matter. They have so many policies, and if you do not get around the clearly established prong, then it doesn't matter if they have qualified immunity or not. The cop will say, I took the phone out of his hand to detain him. I didn't know I was infringing on his First Amendment right. And this is another guy who is a reporter. He's not a constitutional law scholar. He doesn't have a wall of laws that he taught you guys. He didn't have his trifold where he's researched all the laws. He doesn't have a Fifth Amendment card. He doesn't spend years and years reading case law. He's saying what he thinks is correct, but he's wrong. It's not qualified immunity. It's Terry versus Ohio, reporter. This was a Terry stop, reporter. This whole thing happened because of a Terry stop, bud. You're a good reporter. You look good in a tie, bro. You said some nice things here that I totally agree with. I gave you the Alibaba. But it's not qualified immunity. This cop could beat this case because he Terry stopped him. The guy never said he invoked his First Amendment right, never invoked his Fifth Amendment right, never said I do not consent to searches or seizures. He never invoked his Fourth Amendment right. He's a reporter.
Qualified immunity. Once
Moron.
police are forced to pay lawsuit fines out of their own pocket, we might get back to law enforcement that upholds the Constitution instead of trampling on it.
No, the Constitution currently is Terry versus Ohio. How many people before you came to Team DLZ, you thought reasonable articulable suspicion was the standard? Put a 1 in the chat if you used to think before you were a member of Team DLZ. Put a 1 in the chat. Just be honest. I'm not going to make fun of you. Put a 1 in the chat if you thought that reasonable articulable suspicion was the basic baseline standard. That you thought that. You thought, well, they have reasonable articulable suspicion. That's the baseline standard. No, it's not. And I'm not hacking anybody. Thank you for your honesty. But that's not the standard. That was created in 1968. It's a construct of institutional racism. Remember, blacks were freed in 1964 with the Civil Rights Act. They were not freed in 1954 with Brown versus Board of Education. The police kept segregation alive. 1964, blacks were officially freed. 4 years later, they created reasonable articulable suspicion. Reasonable articulable suspicion is a construct of institutional racism. The next time you hear someone say, does he have RAS? Is that reasonable articulable suspicion? You say, hold on a second. I'm a member of Team DLZ. Reasonable articulable suspicion is a construct of institutional racism created in the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. This reporter doesn't know that either. He doesn't know either. He has no idea.
We might get back to law enforcement that upholds the Constitution across America to end police officers' qualified immunity.
That's wrong.
Once police are forced to pay lawsuit fines out of their own pocket.
No, they won't, because they have so many policies that the judge, the captain, the colonel, the review board, the district judge, the circuit judge, the Supreme Court will say he was following policy.
We might get back to law enforcement that upholds the Constitution instead of trampling on it.
So law enforcement was created with the 1704 South Carolina slave catchers. Every time you hear the term law enforcer, just remember law enforcers were created to enforce slavery contracts. Peace officers were supposed to be created to uphold rights, but then they graduate from peace officer school and they automatically become a law enforcer. And Chevy's got it right there. SCOTUS equals POS because they're unelected and unaccountable. I have a system I've devised that would truly change everything. Everything. What's going on? Josh Almighty, what's going on? I am God. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Jinx Janks, what is going on? Papa Rico, can I get an OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio? Can you put that in the chat for me? OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. TDG said, delete laws. I didn't know Raz before I found you. I'm glad we found each other, brother. Welcome to Team DLZ. I appreciate it so much. Remember, I got every size hoodie in, and just so you know, Miss Heineman, if you're still in the room, Miss Lori Heineman, your medium hoodie shipped. I shipped that hoodie out priority mail. It should be to you by now or by tomorrow. I have a tracking number for you, Miss Lori Heineman. But I also got small hoodies in now too. I have small, medium, and large. And with any hoodie purchase, you get both a cop card and you get the trifold. And I have every size of hoodie in right now. Now, this is February, so I'm only going to keep the hoodies going till the end of February, but I have every size hoodie in right now. And let me just show you what they look like. On the front, oops, sorry about that. Let me clear that right there. On the front, they say, "We don't stop." I put Robert Kennedy Jr. on there. And on the back, they say Team DLZ. Right there. Whoop, whoop. So with every hoodie, and remember, I have, just so you know, I have never had every size hoodie, and I only ordered 100, and people bought them. So that's why, and I'm voting for RFK Jr. I know he's a gun grabber. He's not going to get it past the Supreme Court. I know he's a wacky climate change guy. Never going to happen, bro. We're never going to pay a carbon tax. It's not going to happen. Quit trying to fleece us. Quit trying to rip us off. Put a 1 in the chat if you got a hoodie. Put a 1 in the chat if you got a cop card. Put a 1 in the chat if you got a trifold. How many of you guys got them? I want to see. Melanie Bay, what's going on? Steve, what is going on, my friend? Steve, you can just order any size, Steve, and then put in the notes. Make sure when you guys buy something, you can put in the notes. And let me fix that real quick. I do have large in stock. That's why I went to LA and came back. Okay. We have every size hoodie in stock. Will you please put that on the website? ... Next paragraph. And even if we don't have it in stock, I'll order it and I'll get it to them. Next paragraph. People are asking about the large. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. Every size hoodies in stock. I believe that Michael Eline has a hoodie. I gave Michael Eline a hoodie. You guys can vote for whoever you want. You can say you're voting for the dumpster fire. You're welcome to support whoever you want. I'm not going to allow this team to be divided by who you vote for president. You could say you support the dumpster fire. You could say you support senile, half dead Joe Biden. I'm voting for Robert Kennedy Jr. because I'm voting for change. That's what I'm doing. JT Soup, Team DLZ, we don't stop. Nice to see you, Mikey B. I haven't seen you in the last live. I missed you, buddy. I look for you every time. I look for Greg. I look for Bruce. I look for Chevy. I look for Gloria. I look for some of the Ohio accountability is in here. I say we write in Chille. That would be funny if the news made an announcement where they said, this candidate won, but we got 27% of the vote for someone named Chille. That would be funny. I will run for governor and I will win. Remember, I've only been public for just over 2 years, and look at the following we've amassed. You can support Trump. You could support Biden. I don't agree with you at all. I'm not going to insult you. I think dumpster fire is a dividing line and a domestic terrorist for our country, wants to put nationwide stop and frisk, wants to indemnify police. I know for a fact Joe Biden has lost his mind. He's senile. He's gone. And Obama is running the country from underneath the White House. I do not think or believe in the slightest that Michelle Obama is a man. I think it's preposterous. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's insulting to every person's general intelligence. I don't believe in insulting the wife of the ex-president Obama, even though he bombed 1 million people to death, even though I hope Obama goes to hell and burns for eternity because I supported him and he ended up being a total traitor to humanity. So that's how I feel, and I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. because I want a third party on the ticket. I want a third voice at the podium next year and the year after. I'm going to run as an independent, just like Jesse the Body Ventura, just like Robert Kennedy Jr. I will not run as a Republican or a Democrat. So I just want to let you know. Felicia, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Felicia. I will be a perfect conduit for you, Felicia. Felicia has put in over $2,000 to donate it to people over the past 2 weeks. And I will continue to be a conduit. Let me get my 501c3 set up. I'm going to send out a mass email this week. Jessica, thank you so much for coming. Jessica Kirstead, I appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. Gemini, bro, good to see you. Amy, good to see you. Michael, as usual, thank you so much. April, nice to see you. God bless you all. Listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Make sure you have a trifold. Make sure you have a cop card. If you can't afford one, just go to my contact form and say, Chille, send me that PDF. and I'll send you the PDF. Myself and my assistant, James, we sit all day, half the day, returning emails to people, and I will send you the PDF for free. You don't got to spend a dime to be on Team DLZ. You don't have to spend one single penny. Okay? You don't have to give me a penny. I'll give you my stuff for free. I'd appreciate if you could buy it. It's only $10 for the card, but some of you guys don't have $10. I understand that. So, all right, we're in it together. I got to get the flock out of here. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. Sacramento, good to see the new faces in here. Janelle, good to see you. Gloria, Mark, always good to see you. Unisex, I appreciate that. Citizens Broadcast Cooperative, good to see you. Chris Boudreau is in here. Master Mason is in here. Ms. Constitutional Rights. Derek is in here. Amy Kelly came. Stomper, as usual. I said that earlier. Gregor! I didn't see Cope Doggy Dog. Cope Doggy Dog, I know you're going to listen to this later. I love you, buddy. Thank you for being my friend. I got to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.